Hustle fam. We are back with another amazing episode. And I think today we got a special one, y'all. Listen, every now and again we find some diamonds in the rough. We find some really special people, man, doing some really dope things. And I think we got with my brother today, my man Andrew from Lexington Trucking. What's good, my brother?
Nice to meet you, bro.
Man, listen, I'm impressed. That's the word that I could probably say that really describes the feeling I have right now. We kind of connected and you reached out to me, told me kind of what you was doing. I heard your story, and now pulling up here in person, I'm like, wow, the manifestation is real, man. Really proud of what you have built here. Last 3 years.
Correct.
With
two and a half, going on 3.
2.5 years with Lexington Trucking, former pre-med student.
Correct.
Came from the medical field.
Correct.
And now you're in the trucking game, man, and you're killing it. So we're here live on location with this brother. We're inside the warehouse. You see the trucks in the back of us. It's just a whole vibe. So first of all, man, welcome to Trucking Hustle, man. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
For sure. All right, so listen, man, without further ado, let's get into this story, man. Let's talk about it, kind of introduce yourself and kind of, tell us where you from, man, a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Long Island, New York.
LI.
Yeah, so I moved to Atlanta when I was around 10 years old.
Okay.
My mother, she's in the health field. She's a nurse. My dad, he's a physician. I went to school here. Have a lot of family in New York, but most of them moved down to Georgia. And that's pretty much the synopsis of my family background.
Yeah.
I do have brothers on my dad's side. I do have I have one brother and a sister on my mom's side.
Where are you guys from originally?
So my mother and my father, they're from Haiti.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from
Stop
Haiti.
by say.
Yeah, word.
All right. That's what's up.
My mother, she moved to the States when she was 11.
Okay.
My father moved to the States when he was 19. My mother, she came here and she was on her own. And she worked really hard to get to where she's at today. She married at 17.
Okay.
Cause that was her way out because she was young, and then during that time when you get married, that's when you can leave the house. She got married. She was 17, had 2 kids. Which by the time she was she got married at 16, had 2 kids by the time she was 17. And my brother, and my sister.
Okay.
And my sister, my brother didn't know they raised me. And my mother was working a lot during that time. My mother was present. I don't want to get it confused. By the present mother, and she raised me as well. But during the early years of my life, my sister raised me.
She kind of stepped in and helped out.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So your mother was obviously working, trying to hold down the family. What type of jobs did she do? Like, tell me a little bit.
She was a director of nursing.
Okay, she was a nurse.
Yeah, she's an RN.
All right.
And she worked in Bellevue Hospital. I used to go to school.
Bellevue?
Yeah, Bellevue.
That's where the crazy people at.
Word.
Man, I know she got some stories about that.
Definitely.
Bellevue.
Yeah.
All right.
And I went to school in the Bronx, and so whenever she would get off of work, she would have to come pick me up, and we drive all the way back to Long Island, and rinse and repeat. There would be times where she couldn't pick me up because she would be working so late, so she would pay one of her managers to pick me up from school and bring me home.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be at school till 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes I would be. Yeah, I have a hardworking mother.
Got you. Now, what'd your pops do?
My father, he was a physician, but my father had an unorthodox way of getting into the medical field. He didn't go to the biggest college. He didn't have the financial backing. He didn't have the credit. My father, he worked in the prisons. He worked in the prisons, and he went to medical school in Mexico.
Okay.
He went to medical school in Mexico, and when he got his when he graduated, he came back to the States, but the States didn't recognize him as an official doctor.
Right.
So he worked really hard to do his residency somewhere. So he did his residency at the hospital that I was born at.
Okay.
At Winthrop.
Okay.
And my father, but then after his residency in Winthrop, he had to I believe it was terminated, and he finished his residency in Florida. Okay. And he moved to Florida, did his residency, and worked in hospitals and started his practice down there.
What type of physician was he?
Internal medicine.
Okay, internal medicine.
Correct.
Okay, got you. All right. So you guys moved out of New York. You said you're around 10 years old.
Correct.
Right. So you ain't so I mean at that age you probably didn't really experience too much of the New York lifestyle, right?
Well, the New York lifestyle was one of the reasons why I had to move to.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a personal traumatic event that occurred where just to cut it short, my mother and I we were victims of a kidnapping.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were victims of kidnapping. They came and put guns to our heads and all that. And that was the catalyst that started the move to leave New York.
Oh, man.
And while my mom was figuring out how we gonna move to New York, she sent me to Florida to stay with my father for a couple months until she was able to get her situation situated so she can afford for us to move.
Oh, wow.
So that's what happened.
So your mother and father weren't together at the time?
Oh, no. Yeah, my mother and father, they've been separated since I've been born.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. My mother raised me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. All right. That explains all the different jobs and so forth and so on. So wow, that's extremely traumatic, man.
Yeah.
At 10, did it happen at 10 or 9 or?
No, I was 7 when that happened.
7 years old.
7, 6 going on 7, I believe. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you able to go into that a little bit, or like was it a random event, or was it?
It was a random event for my mother and I, but it wasn't a random event in terms of because it was other people involved, and her friends at the time were involved in activities that she wasn't aware of.
Got you.
So for us, it was wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
And we caught the tail end of it, and we went through that and we made it through it, and that's what happened.
Got you. Wow. God bless, man.
Yeah,
good to see you here today, bro.
Thank you.
All right. So you moved to Atlanta. Tell me about that transition for you as a kid. I mean, you're still kind of young, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it's a change of pace,
correct,
change of scenery. Tell me about that.
So Atlanta, it was different because in New York, I had a lot of my family, like my cousins. In New York, I mean, I had all my family. We were all always in one house, or there was a time where we were living in the attic. It was me and my cousins, my other cousins. We were all together, So when I came to Georgia, I didn't have all my siblings like that, And at the time, my brother and my sister were still going to college in New York. I'm going to NYU. And my brother went to NYU. My sister went to Stony Brook. So yeah, it was a different transition.
Okay.
So I was very isolated in my thinking. And that transmuted into my actions. And I would really be for myself. But at the same time, I'm a very selfless person. So I would want to trying to be isolated in my thinking, be for myself. That was my defense mechanism. So I wouldn't get hurt by trying to be all nice and stuff and giving and all that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it was a different transition. And it was eventually it ironed out because I met a friend in my neighborhood named Malcolm, who was Haitian as well, who came from Brooklyn actually.
Okay.
And he became like my right hand guy.
Okay.
We rode the bus together. We're still friends till this day.
Got you.
There'll be times when I need it, when I couldn't I'm jumping, I'm coming right back. There'll be times in my company where I couldn't afford payroll. And he would show
me. He was your guy still to this day.
Still to this day, show me a couple thousand so I can pay my employees.
That's what's up.
But now I'm gonna jump back. But Malcolm, he from elementary till now, that's my guy.
Okay. So let's kind of fast forward a little bit to like high school days. What were you about? Were you an athlete? Were you into girls? Were you into partying? Was it academics? What was it for you?
Oh,
What
girls.
was your drug of choice?
I love girls.
Yeah.
But I was a hooper though.
Okay, you play ball.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What position? Any position?
Any position.
You was that guy, huh?
I was a bucket, man. Word. So yeah, I was a bucket, man.
Did you play on a team, like the high school team?
No, I didn't. Politics.
Okay.
But I play a lot of AAU. I play a lot of AAU. And then what else? But a lot of people who were on the high school team. We play AU together. Middle school, high school, I just played basketball.
Got you. So it's all about sports and girls.
Sports and girls.
That's pretty common. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, for a young brother.
Academics wasn't really my thing.
Okay.
But if once I knew what I needed, for me to get done, I got the grades. So if I knew I needed an A, so I can get this goal, right? Then that's what it was.
Right.
My brother and my sister, they were like the brainiacs. You know, they went to the best schools, scholarships, and all that. That wasn't me. I was always a hustler. I was a hard worker. So my thing was just, once I figure out a loophole that I can maximize to whether it's to get a good grade, whether it's to expand the business, whether it's to anything that attributes to growth, I executed on it.
Right.
So I wasn't the student that got the highest grades, but I made sure I got it done.
Yeah.
So if that means I have to memorize the whole answer key, I got it done.
Right.
If that means that I had to be up all night, just studying all that, and the test is the next day, I got it done.
Yeah.
So that's
just in time. You make it happen.
Make it happen.
No doubt.
But while you're making it happen, you make it look natural.
You got to,
yeah.
For sure. So you went to college?
Yeah, I did.
What school?
So every school I applied to denied me. I applied to Morehouse. I applied to Kennesaw State, Georgia State. They all denied me. So I eventually ended up going to Chattahoochee Tech.
Okay.
And that was a blessing, me going there, because it allowed me to develop. Because had I made it to a university straight out, I would have flunked out.
Mm.
So I went to Chattahoochee, technical college, and again with Chattahoochee, I was messing up. And what happened was, I figured out that I wanted to get to university, because I realized, okay, I like girls, and the girls in this
they
school,
wasn't at Chattahoochee.
Yeah, the girls,
no hoochies at Chattahoochee. See, I wasn't going to even say that, but you had to go there. But right.
Man, I like girls, but the girls in this school is not the same caliber like the university around the corner. So I said, man, what I got to do? My grades were so messed up. So the university I want to get into, you need to have a 2.5. My grades at Chattahoochee was bad. I got bad.
Man, not even at least a 2.5,
no,
bro?
It was like a 1.7. But I found out a little loophole.
Okay.
So what happened was, the school I wanted to go to, they will allow you to transfer. So if you take a class twice, then they'll take the better grade that you got in the class. So if you got an F one time and the B the next time, when you transfer, they'll just take the B.
Right.
They won't average the F and the B.
Okay.
So at Chattahoochee, all my classes I took, I got like D's and C's, some F's, right? And then once I figured out that, okay, I can transfer to get into this university, but I have a fresh GPA, because they'll take the better grade up to 2. So what I did was, okay, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna retake these classes, and I'm gonna take some classes that I'm just not gonna get the best grade in, but I'm gonna use that semester to accumulate all the information I need. So when I retake this class, I'm gonna get the A.
Right.
I went to work. I got it done.
Okay.
So when I transferred to the big university, I had a 4.0.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy.
All these classes,
yeah,
and I got it done. So I had a 4.0 off the back, and with that 4.0, I had a different that caliber of GPA put me in a position to be in.
It opened you up to a whole new world of opportunities
and girls. So.
And the girls. So what school did you end up transferring to?
Kennesaw State.
Kennesaw State, right. Okay. All right. So you go to Kennesaw State, and what are you studying now?
I was doing my pre-med.
Pre-med, okay, cool.
Pre-med, but also this time I was working on my church. Every job I tried to get, I couldn't get a job for some reason, because I wanted to get a job so I can show my mom and show my brother-in-law. At the time, my brother-in-law, he was on me. He was like, yo, man, you need to get a job. You need to. When I was 14 years old, I was in the workforce. Right.
He's telling you all his stories,
all
right?
His stories, and I understood his perspective. And at the time, I didn't understand his perspective. I was just like, okay, fine. I was in the mindset of I just want to prove to you I can do it.
Right.
So every time I try to get a job, it wouldn't go through. I got a job, but I finally got a job at this warehouse that all my friends were working at. And when I got the job, my mom won't let me go. I said, Mom, my brother been saying I need to get a job. I don't want to keep asking you for $20. That adds up, and I don't want to keep asking you for this haircut money. But my mom's like, no, Andrew, no, I didn't work this hard and sacrifice everything I sacrificed for you to be working in the warehouse. So I'll continue to give you the money I'm able to give you, but keep finding something else.
Right.
Got a job at CVS. Right before I went to start, the lady called me and told me, I'm sorry, we can't allow you to start because we gave a commitment to somebody else. We're so sorry. I'm like, damn, how I get fired on my day off?
Right.
So then, luckily, coincidentally, when I was in high school, there was a lunch lady, and that I used to correspond with whenever I wanted to, buy food, or if I didn't have the money to get because at my high school, getting the chicken sub was like luxury.
Right.
So if you had $4 to drop on that chicken sub, that was luxury. But there were times I didn't have the money, but I really wanted a chicken sub. I didn't want the regular high school lunch food. She would say, "All right, here, just get it, and I'll pay your bill."
Yeah.
Right. I would always pay her back. I would always tell her thank you. I was so thankful for her. So that was when I was in high school. All right. So fast forward, I'm at my church trying to find a job, and they tell me that the weekend director is this lady. I said, okay, how do I get her information? They said, well, she's here at this time and all that, and this is when you see her. I said, okay. So when I went to the church, I waited. I said, hey, I'm looking for, I gave the lady's name. She said, oh, that's me. I said, hold on. You're the lunch lady
right.
When I was in high school. She said, oh yeah, oh my gosh. And since I had that rapport with her, I didn't know where it would lead to. She gave me my first job.
Okay.
So I was working on my church. I worked on my church for I think 4 years. But while I was working at the church, I was I had to find a way to make more money.
Right. And what were you doing at the church? What was your job?
Nursery.
Okay, nursery. All right.
Childcare.
So you watching the kids?
Yeah, I love children. I've always been really good with children.
Okay.
So I worked in the nursery, and all the kids, they love me, and I was that teacher that
y'all turn up, y'all have fun.
Yes,
got you.
Definitely. So yeah, that was probably the best experience because I was doing something I loved, and yeah, the money wasn't the best, but since I was doing something I love, it balanced it out. I love kids. But again, I want to make some money. So I said, man, how can I make some money? So one day I realized, during that time, I also was a sneakerhead.
Okay.
I was heavy on my
as we see.
Definitely. this is light right
here. That's what you said. It's light. I knew he was gonna say this ain't really nothing. These are my kick arounds.
Word. So I was heavy on my sneakers. So when I clock into work, right, people would be coming in, hey, yo, Andrew, man, yo, can you put in an order for me? So I would take orders. Then I will call my guy and say, listen, I need these shoes, all these shoes.
GTT Commercial Tires is a tire store that's designed with the owner-operator in mind. It serves as a helpful community where you are always their number one priority. Whether you're a new owner-operator or you've been driving for years, their mission is the same: to keep owner-operators in business. That's why they go above and beyond, providing superior customer service when you actually need it, educating you on proper tire care, and delivering a no BS sales experience. With 2 conveniently located stores in Richmond and Petersburg, Virginia, and almost 2,000 5-star Google reviews, they are truly raising the bar and setting a new standard in tire care. Make sure you call 1-800-991-6251 to schedule your appointment now and tell them Truck and Hustle sent you.
And this is where one of the major pivots in my life came. I was working on my church, and while I was working, I had a transition in managers. So the original manager I had that knew me from high school, I had to I had a different relation with her.
Right.
So I had a lot of leeway. There'd be a lot of things that I would get away with that the other
the new manager wouldn't let you get away with.
Correct.
Right.
So, and also like my other colleagues who were working in the nursery with me, they was sometimes like, man, why does Andrew get to do that? And but when we do it, you yell at us. She's like, don't worry about Andrew. Just so
right.
So I carried that same energy with the new manager. She wasn't having it, and I wasn't getting the message.
Okay.
So one day, she said to me, she said, I came in late one day. I was like, hey, I'm here. She said, Andrew, listen. She looked me dead in my eye. She said, I know that things were ran a different way when you were with the
previous manager,
but this is how I'm running things, and you're under my authority. Oh man, when she said that, that's the first time I said to myself, I don't understand English.
Right.
So I said, I couldn't. It's like I couldn't process someone telling me that.
Right.
I couldn't understand that. So I said, no, is she talking Creole? I never heard that before. Because that's not English. Because I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And after I fully registered, she said, yeah, you're under my authority. So you need, and I said, oh. And I said, no, my heart like went in my ass. I said, I don't like someone telling me that. And I said, okay, well, she's right in that. She's right in the aspect of, yeah, I am under her authority in this realm, but you don't have a say so if I want to quit. So that was my beginning to, wanting to transition.
That was a shift of your mindset.
Correct. So when that happened, I was already mentally tapped out. But I still loved the kids. I still love working there. But I didn't like feeling that control. So then, that's when my dad came along and gave me that check. I said, well, I have the money I need. I'm out of here. So I went and, I'm kind of chilly. I went to start trading.
Okay.
I lost the money. My dad said, all right, I'll give you some more money, but you're going to have to wait. I waited, didn't happen. So I had to figure something out. So now at this point, I'm already out of school because when you don't enroll for 3 semesters, they kick you out at the college I was at. My nice pretty Jaguar, I crashed it. When I crashed it, I took the check that they gave me, the total loss check. I took that and threw it in the market. I believed in it so much, lost that. So now no car, no school. My girlfriend broke up with me because,
You ain't popping no more.
I'm not popping. I can afford, I can't even afford Golden Corral.
Right. Right.
And that's all you can eat.
Yeah, facts.
So I'm just, man. So now I'm just in my room depressed. I said, man, because I said, you know what? I'm going to learn this trading thing. I'm going to focus on learning this trading thing. I don't have no money, but I'm going to act as if I have the money. So I'm going to focus on trying to learn this trading thing. So I focused on that. So during that time, I never left my room. Never. For 1 year and 4 months, I never left my room. All I did was read and study. Read and study, read and study, read and study. I eventually was able to get back into school, but I needed a car. So you know what? I need to get a job. So I said, well, let me try to give my dad a call. Cause at this time we haven't spoken. I said, yo, Poppy, I need can you just loan me $2,000? I could put a down payment on this car that will help me get to work. Cause I found a job at Walmart, but I didn't start yet though. So I said, he said, okay, fine, I'll send you the money. I said, cool. So now I'm back I got back in school, and now I said, okay, bet I'm gonna get this $2,000 from my dad. I'm gonna put the down payment on the car. Now I have a car to get to work. I had orientation at Walmart like the next 2 days or something. I said, Poppy, I need this money by Tuesday. Cop orientation on Wednesday, but I need money on Tuesday early morning Tuesday, so I could go put the down payment in the car, pick it up, so I could be at work Wednesday. So he sent me the money. I got the money, and when he sent me the money, I said, man, I got a decision right now. I said I could take this money and invest it, or I can go to Walmart for orientation. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not going in. So out of that 2,000, I took 1,400, put it in the market. I took 600, put it in my pocket. By the end of the week, that 1,400 turned to 5,000. I said to myself before I invested, I said, you know what? So you sat 1 year and 4 months to just bow out. I said, listen, Drew, like, if I lose this money, now I'm back in the same position. I said, listen, man, but I didn't sit this long to, my cousin can tell you, or a lot of my family can tell you, I'm gonna go. I believe in myself. So that's what I did. And by the end of the week, I made 5,000. I was going after that. So after that, I got back in school, bought like a Range Rover and all that. And this time I'm 23, 24.
Okay.
And I'm good.
So you making money in Forex?
Oh yeah.
Like that 5,000, like it didn't stop there.
No. I'm getting it.
It turned into like what? Like what kind of money you making?
I made around, when I sat down and went through all my statements, I made a little over $100,000.
Okay. And what amount of time?
That was a year, like a year and a half.
Okay.
Year and a half.
So Forex is real, huh?
Yeah.
I always thought it was a scam.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing about it is no one knew how much I was holding.
Yeah.
No one knew how much I was holding.
Right.
Literally one day, my mom came home and I had a brand new Range Rover in the driveway. Like, what's
right? What's going on? What you selling? It's not foreign exchange. It's not currency. What is it?
No, I was getting it.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize I was getting it like that. It wasn't until afterwards when I set back.
When you in hindsight, you look back
how much money I was spending.
Right.
I said, wow, listen, because I was paying for my own school also.
Okay.
I was paying my own classes.
Right.
Because I said to myself, let me backtrack real quick. I didn't know about credit when I was younger, when I first got into college, right? So one day someone told me, yo, this is how you check your credit. So I want to check my credit score. I saw it said 10,000. I said, oh man, I got $10,000. When is it gonna get to my account? I said, no, you owe 10,000. I said, hold on, how I owe 10,000? I'm working at the church. I haven't made that at the church. No. You remember that loan you took out your first semester? Oh snap!
Yeah.
I said to myself, oh no. I said, so that means by the time I finish, this 10,000 gonna look like maybe a $250,000. Right. Especially if I'm trying to go to medical school.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's another
8 years right there. Exactly. Sometimes 12.
That was another pivot in my life. I said, oh, hold on. That means I can only go to school if I can afford it. Cause I can't keep taking. No.
Right.
I gotta figure something out.
Right.
So now, fast forward, I'm paying my own school. Now I'm not paying for a full semester because I can afford a full semester. I'll take 2-3 classes because that's what I could afford, and that's what I was doing. So I was going to school, and I was making money from home, and just doing my thing. My girlfriend, I had my girlfriend.
The other one didn't come back, did she?
No, same one. That's same
she
one.
came back?
Yeah, same
one. Oh man, look at that. Look at God.
Look at God. But it was a blessing. It was a blessing. She was apart from me during that season because I wasn't there.
You wasn't ready for it anyway.
Correct. So that was the Lord doing His own thing with her. While He was getting me right.
Okay.
So I was just doing my thing. Now, eventually, I started to get kind of bored because now I'm not even trading like that no more. Because since my expenses are so low, having 20,000 to your name is, to me, it was like six figures.
Right.
I had no expenses. A couple $100 I'll give to my mom, and I'm cool. And you only pay for your semester one time. That's a one-time payment until the next, I think 8 weeks, something like that, or 12 weeks. So I'm fine. Now I got to a point I'm doing 1 or 2 trades a month. Because I found a way to maximize on the pattern. So what I did was I studied one chart. I said, you know what? I'm done trying to trade a bunch of charts. I'm gonna study one chart. focus on this one chart and learn the behaviors of this one chart. If I learn the behaviors of this one chart, I'll fall in rhythm with it. And as I fall in rhythm with it, I'll be profitable with it. So that's what I did. So now I will only trade once or twice a month. I will wait for certain occurrences to line up together to execute.
Got you.
So what am I doing in my spare time? Hooping, or with my girl and all that. But then I just got kind of bored, right? But I didn't realize I was getting kind of bored. And I'll tell you when I realized I was getting bored. So now, my dad, I went to go visit him in Florida. I hung out with him. And I realized that he was he was on another endeavor, trucking. What's this trucking thing you're doing? He said, well, this is the thing I'm doing with your brother, but it's not going well. He took all the money and he's distressed. So I'm like, okay, I can do it. Let me learn it and let me try to learn it. I can do it. So there's a lot of money, But he didn't know at the time. I had some money on me, right? But I didn't know at the time how much money I really needed.
Right. So how much money you had? A couple 20,000?
20, 30,000.
Got you.
Me, right?
Okay.
So I had enough to hold myself
in your
down.
mind, that was enough to take over the business, though.
Exactly.
Got 20 G's. Pops talking about.
I got money, man. I know you got, but I got money too, man. Like I'm not just coming empty-handed. I got money, man.
Right.
He said, listen, I don't know. I said, Poppy, let me give it a try. Hi, what? I'm gonna let you talk to the person who I'm managing the trucks, and if she thinks you can do it, fine. So I spoke to the lady they had managing his truck at the time. I said, okay, what I need to learn. So my dad had her teach me what she knew about the business. And then eventually I said, I could do it by myself. So my dad said, okay, fine. So I took the trucks. I had them brought to Georgia. Okay.
How many trucks?
At the time, it was 2 trucks.
2 trucks.
2 trucks he had.
Okay.
Then, the trucks aren't making any money.
Right.
I don't even have them on the road.
Right.
But I have a little nest egg of money that I'm surviving off of. Because I understand it's gonna take time for me to get money off the trucks. So when my dad told me I can bring the trucks to Georgia and all that, it's okay, cool. So I brought him to Georgia. I said it could be easier for me to focus on it. So this was the agreement I had with him. I said, listen, I think at the time he had around like $20,000 like saved up from the money that the trucks made.
Okay.
Because my brother spent like all the money the trucks were making, unbeknownst to him.
Right.
So now he had like around $20,000 in the account for the trucks. So he said, listen, just here's $20,000 in the account. Here's the trucks. And so now I have $30,000. Now I got $30,000 on my own money, and I have 2 trucks and 20 grand. Okay, so now.
And no customers, no business, just the actual physical truck asset, and then the cash. Right.
And at the time, he had the truck leased on to FedEx Custom Critical.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know that you can have your own truck and lease on with the company. And once I learned that, I said, okay, cool. So I had the trucks stay with lease on the FedEx Custom Critical. But I said, you know what? These trucks aren't really making money. Let me find other companies to lease these trucks onto so that I can make money. But I said, you know what? I want to find a company that allows me to handle booking the loads, because I didn't know about loads. I didn't know about loads and booking loads, but I did understand that you make money by doing loads.
Right.
I said, well, I want to control that. I don't want to have someone control that for me. So I said, what company allows you to book your own loads? So at the time, it was Snyder, Landstar. Those were the companies that you can go with, and they'll allow you to book your loads, and they'll give you a percentage split. I think Snyder was like 65%. Landstar was like 65%. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go with Snyder. So now I have these trucks. I have these 2 trucks in Georgia. I have drivers in them, and now I reach out to Snyder. They say, okay, well, Are you wanting to be an owner operator? I said, yeah, I'm an owner operator. They said, okay, well, where's your CDL? I said, I don't have a CDL. They were like, okay, well, you need your own driver. I said, well, I do have my own driver. They said, okay, well, you need to come to orientation with him. Because at the time, they weren't big in having non-CDL fleet owners.
Right.
That was just...
It was frowned upon.
Correct.
Okay.
So I went to the terminal was in Charlotte. So I had to come with my driver to Charlotte to go to orientation.
One truck or two?
2 trucks.
Okay, so 2 trucks, 2 drivers. Y'all all 3 go to Charlotte.
Correct.
Okay.
So we go to Charlotte, and I'm sitting in the orientation. I go through orientation all day. Then I go back to Georgia. So now I'm dispatching the trucks. That's okay. No, starting to make some money.
Is he good with his mic where it's at? You straight? Yeah. Okay, just making sure. All right, cool. Go ahead.
So now I'm making some money. But then breakdowns. I said, oh man, that little $20,000 my dad had an account, that goes quick because you got to fuel, maintenance, payroll. And Snyder, they charge you for the ELD, escrow, maintenance, maintenance account you might not ever use, insurance and all that stuff. So now I have my trucks leased on the Snyder. So now these trucks have to make a certain amount of money a week so I can cover my hidden costs. That's ongoing.
Right.
So these trucks gotta stay running. So I'm trying to book, and I don't know how to book loads. I'm just booking,
Right.
Doing loads for 80 cents a mile and paying drivers, $1 a mile. I had it backwards.
You're totally winging it.
Totally winging it.
Okay.
So, but I'm making it go. Now at this time, my money I have saved up is like it's going. It's going. So the trucks are, making some money, and my dad said, okay, you know what? All right, I see you're really serious about this. Cause my dad, he saw I was serious about it. And with him just seeing how serious I was about it, he said, you know what? I'll get 2 more trucks. Okay, cool. So now I got another 2 more trucks, but now these 2 trucks are not even on the road. So while I'm trying to get them on the road, I'm still trying to run these 2. I'm still trying to dispatch another 2 trucks. So now I'm working, trying to get these trucks dispatched, and now we got 4 trucks now, but 2 trucks is not really making money. Another 2 trucks I'm trying to get set up. So as 1 truck is making money, another truck is eating it. So it got really rough. So now I'm at a point where Snyder, they are very strict about their safety, very, very strict about their safety. So now, if you have 1 or 2 many infractions or violations, they'll call you and no, you got to go. Your truck can stay, but your driver got to go. But that means if your truck got to go, if your driver got to go, your truck can stay. Your truck is still going to be accumulating the ongoing
fees and so forth, right?
So now, if it take you 3 weeks to get a driver, right? You got 3 weeks of fees that's been building up, right? So once you get the driver goes through the orientation and all that and hits the road, right? You don't get your check till you don't get your settlement check till the next week. So when that settlement check comes in, it's gone because you got all them fees,
right? That
your truck was getting charged, the escrow, the insurance, the ELD, everything.
Right, regardless if it's rolling or not.
The plates, everything. You getting charged. So so when I would lose a driver, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna make no money for another month at least off this truck.
Right. So
I said, you know what? What's easier for me to do? Find another driver that has to go through the qualifications, or just find another company to lease onto. So that's what I started doing. So I started, I'm gonna put a truck. I'm just gonna lease on a truck with this company. Lease on. So I had trucks leased on with different companies, trying to get drivers, flying in drivers from different states. So I was hiring any and everybody. I was just hiring heartbeats.
Yeah, get closer a little bit.
So now but I never had all the trucks running at one time. Never.
Right.
I always only had 1 or 2 trucks running, or 1 truck went down that I couldn't afford to fix. I will go and jump to another truck and try to get it on the road. So it got to a point where my dad said, listen, I can't do this no more. Like, you're not making no money. This is not making no money. This is, now I have written it, this is a monkey business. Now, mind you, we're 7 months in, and I already depleted all my personal money. So now in the company I'm making no money. Like, as soon as company is going right back out.
Right. And you're leased on with how many companies at this point?
3.
3 different companies.
Snyder, Landstar, another company called Panther Logistics.
Okay.
I'm leased on with all these 3 companies now. That have like 1 truck in each, right? Or 1 truck will break down, and since one truck broke down, that's leased on the one, it's not making no money. So it just accumulating costs. I'm just running these 2 trucks and these other companies I'm leased on to, and try to find another driver to get into this company. I have this truck leased on to that's accumulating fees, and I'm just, and at this time now I have my own apartment now. I got my girlfriend living with me now. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. And I'm trying to figure out weeks where am I going to cover payroll or am I going to have groceries? Hard. And now I'm like 7 months in, 7.5 months in, and my dad said, listen, he said, listen, I'm done. I'm not contributing no more to this company. And if you need money, sell a truck. If you need some more money, sell another truck. If you need more money, sell another truck. If you need some more money,
sell the last truck.
Sell the last truck. Because this is a monkey business. And you're being delusional. And I said, Poppy, but you told me you believed in me though. Like, when we sat at your house, and the deal was, I'm the brains and I'm going to be the hustle. As long as you believe in me, we're going to make it all back. Trust me, I'm going to figure it out. Listen. No, that's it. I'm done. This is monkey business. I said, all right, I got you. After that, he started answering my calls and all that. So now I have these trucks, and I can afford to fix them. They're just sitting, right? So now I'm in a situation where my drivers are getting terminated from these companies I'm leased on to, because they would have they're getting these violations, right? So now it gets really, 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 really hard for me, because now I have to truck on the road, and I know I can afford a blowout. Because if I truck out the blowout, I don't have the money in my bank account for roadside to come give me a tire.
Right.
I don't have the money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So literally everything has to run perfect. Because now, yeah, I get my settlement on Friday, but as soon as settlement hits, half of it is gone. It's gonna be gone for the advances I had to get so I can survive till that Friday, and I gotta pay the driver off that settlement. I don't got no money.
Right.
I don't have no money. So it got to a point where I couldn't just keep on finding companies to lease onto because they terminated my driver. And then I couldn't keep waiting to find another driver and go through the process of another company's onboarding, another company's wait time, and then they finally approved my driver after 2 weeks. The 3rd week he has to go through orientation. And after orientation ends on Friday, you can't really get no loads during the weekend. You can only get loads based on that carrier's customer base. So the truck doesn't really start hitting the road till the 4th week.
Right.
But the money you made for the 4th week, you won't see it till Friday of the 5th week. That's a long process. So I will hold on to drivers. I said, no, we just got another company to lease onto. But I got to the point I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't afford to keep doing that. Cause now I can't pay my rent. I'm facing eviction with my apartment. My girlfriend doesn't know about it because you know that as men, we try to do everything we can to hold it down before the lady has to know what's really going on.
Facts.
And it could be and sometimes it could go good, sometimes it could go bad.
Right.
But they won't know because, like I said earlier in the interview, we'll make it look natural. So now I'm in a situation where I got 2 trucks broke down. I can't afford to fix them, so I'm only running 2 trucks, right? And then I have no money. I said, what am I gonna do? I said, I'm not gonna sell my truck. I'm not doing that. I said, but you know what? I gotta do something. So I went and got title ponds.
Okay.
On all my trucks. But I did it in increments.
Explain what that is for people who don't know.
Title pond is where you go, you find a lender that will give you, that will undervalue the real value of your truck and give you a check for it, but now they own the right to it. It don't matter how much money you spent to buy it cash. Now they own the right to it. And if you don't keep up with those interest payments, they're gonna repo it. And you know, that's it.
And what the interest rates look like on those?
Man, I don't even remember. I just need the money.
Right.
So I got a title pond on 2 trucks, and they gave me together $12,000. I said, man, these trucks are worth almost 60 grand. He gave me 12 grand.
12,000 for each one?
Yep. No.
For 2?
Yes.
Okay.
65.
Okay.
It came out to 13. They took out the little fees. I got 12,000.
Okay.
That little money was able to help me, you know, all right, I can pay my rent for 1 more month. I can put more money to marketing, and I can have the money so I can sit down so I can buy myself time to figure out what company I could lease on to, and so on and so forth. So now I have 2 trucks already pawned. And I know in my mind, I said, wow, I'm about to not have a company now. Because now when you're in a situation where you start to really, once you pawn off all your assets, what do you really own now? Like there's nothing else there's nothing really own. I said, okay, I have 2 trucks pawned, I got 2 more trucks left. So I'm going, you know, finding drivers, getting drivers. This is doing this the same thing. Got harder, got even harder. Had to pawn another truck. So now I done give up 3 titles. I said, man, Jesus Lord, what am I gonna do? All right, come on, Drew, you got it. Got hard. Had to pawn my 4th title. Now I said, damn, you really don't have a company right now, Andrew. So I pawned all my trucks, right? But I only had 2 running, because the ones I pawned weren't running. So now I got liens on all my trucks now, and I'm still trying to, you know, run them. Now the lender is knocking on me because the first 2 pawns I got, I can keep up with those payments. I'm taking money I got cashed out on my 4th pawn to pay the monthly payment on my first 2 pawns.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
After a while, they said, listen, we need to repo these trucks. I said, oh my gosh. Give me more time. Listen, we need to repo these trucks. Now they're trying to repo my trucks. Now I just stop answering their calls. I said, yo, listen, I believe in this company. I'm going to make it work. Now, at this time, I said, you know what? I got to start over. So I started over from scratch. I created another company, started brand new.
Okay.
I said,
Did they end up repoing the trucks?
No.
Okay.
No. They would have.
Okay.
I'm gonna get into that.
Okay.
I said I'm gonna start another company, because the company I initially started was under my father. The company I was with was originally my father's company that he created.
Right.
I said, you know, I wanna, because I still didn't really believe that my father was gone. It took me some time to really realize.
To really register. Like you thought he was just kind of talking.
Yeah.
Eventually he'd get over it and
Correct.
he'd be back.
No, he was gone. I said, all right, bet. So he left for around 7 months, right? So around look at one of my guys pulling in.
Okay.
So around the 9th month, when I really realized he was gone, I created a whole new company, right? So I'm running everything under my new company now, right?
Right. New authority, everything.
No. I'm still leased on.
Oh, you're still leased. Okay,
yeah, I just incorporated my company.
New formation.
Okay,
gotcha.
Now I'm the owner now.
Got you. All right.
Because before I wasn't really the owner. I was, just
right.
I was just like a manager or whatever.
Got you.
Now it's my company now, and now I'm gonna do what I need to do. So now these title bomb people are coming after me, And of course, my drivers don't know what's going on. And they don't know that people are trying to repo the trucks. But all I'm focused on is, just trying to, I'm focused on my vision.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let that noise.
Yeah.
That's that real.
No, you can't script this.
Nah, you can't. This is live in action.
Word. He about to unhook and grab another truck. But this truck, I just keep it for local. But the trip they gave him, it got to stop. It got to stop in South Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, I was just talking to him earlier.
Yeah. So I told him go grab another truck.
Switch out.
So I will focus on my vision. So, but eventually, one day I got an email from the lender who gave me the loan for my truck. And the email stated, "You're scheduled to appear in court. Warrant." I said, "What is this?" I couldn't keep up with the payments anymore. So I said, "Man, what is this?" So now I look at the email and say, "You're scheduled to appear in court to answer as to why you haven't surrendered your trucks." There were like 2 trucks they wanted because it was different lenders. So they were like, you need to answer as to why we haven't surrendered your truck. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, what am I gonna do?"
Right.
What am I gonna do? So when I got the email, I had court. This court was scheduled in 3 weeks from the day. I said, "Darn it!" I said, "Yo, what am I gonna do, man? Like, now I got my trucks on the road. My drivers, this is how he feeds his family." And when I got into trucking, I would start really going. I said to myself, I will always make sure my drivers are paid. And I told myself I had to give myself the most scariest situation I could ever imagine, which was something happening to my mother, right? I said, okay, I had to visualize that and see that in my head and understand, okay, Drew, now that you see it, understand. If something happened to your mom, this situation happened to your mom on Thursday, that don't matter. You still got to pay drivers on Friday. And putting that into my thinking, that made me, it made me act in a way where by any means necessary, I'm gonna make sure my drivers are paid. Even if I gotta risk my freedom, even if something happens to my family, even if my bank account gets frozen, my driver's gonna get his money on Friday.
Right.
By any means necessary. So now I'm in that mode. Yo, now they want to take these trucks. I'm not giving them up. I gotta think of something to buy me time, because if you give me time to figure something out, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna make sure that you'll get your money.
Right. All right, Hustle fam, listen, y'all. I am here live on location at OTR Capital. Happy to announce our new strategic partnership with OTR Capital. I'm here with Grace Marr, my friend. How are you, Grace?
Awesome. It's so good to have you here.
When we aligned with somebody, aligned with the brand, we wanted to make sure that we had the right people standing behind us and that could help our community and kind of take them further along in their journey, because we can only bring them so far, right? We need to create those strategic partnerships to take them to the next level. And that's what I think that this relationship and this partnership is going to do. Grace, tell the people a little bit about OTR and what you guys do.
Yeah, thanks, Ramel. So we are a factoring company. We've been doing this for 10 years. We're dedicated to trucking companies' success and offering tools and services to help them to continue to succeed. Education is so important to us for our clients and helping them continue to grow their business. I know we have similar missions. We really do care about trucking companies, and we're both from a trucking background. OTR isn't a financial services company coming off of a bank. We're based out of transportation and third-party logistics company, and you yourself, ran trucking and had a CDL. So It's like, for us, it's amazing to be able to come together in this way.
The culture here is awesome. I love working with you guys. I love the people here. And it's great, man. I think we could do some beautiful things together, create epic content, add epic value. And I'm really excited and looking forward to doing this with you guys. I mean, it took me a long time to really, partner with someone in this way. And I decided to do it with you guys because I feel that you're the right company to add value to our audience.
We completely agree. We're super excited, thrilled to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Truck and Hustle OTR, we're now together. We're locked in. Hustle fam, we love y'all. If you smell something burning, it's only your desire.
My word is my currency. So my word is everything. So I said, listen, I'm going to pay you. That's my word. Just be patient with me. Be patient with me. All right, fine. Because I said, listen, it's going to be more of a hassle and more expenses on your end to try to refile against me. Listen, be patient. But I'm going to break you off a little bit what I can, and just let me have this time so I can figure out what I need to figure out. Because at this point, you don't have a choice.
Facts.
You don't.
You at least get something. It's either something or nothing.
Exactly. And I will settle with you.
Yeah.
And I'll settle out a number that we both that's beneficial for both of us. But until then, I'm still trying to figure this company out. So now I lease on to this other company out of Ohio. And it was a good company, finally. It wasn't like the other company, the other mega carriers I was leased on to. So now I have 2 trucks with them. Because I still have 2 trucks I can't afford to fix. So now I'm going. And now I'm making some money now. But now things get but again, it's trucking, too many breakdowns. You can only get paid once a week. You really get strapped on cash.
Yeah.
During this time, my cousin, he was working, he was working in the hospital at the time. But during this time, my cousin was working on his credit. You see, he started early. He started before I started. You see, I didn't really care about credit like that. 'Cause I was always about making the dollar. I always had cash. Always. Anything I had, I always just cashed everything out. Cause when I started with Forex, I had cash. And the money I would make, I just had cash. So I didn't care about credit. Any car I bought, my BMWs and my rate, I always bought them cash. My cousin, during that time, he was building his credit. So what he was doing is, accumulating credit cards, getting a car here, getting a car there, unbeknownst to me, right? But during this time, he's working a regular 9 to 5, but he's accumulating all these cards, right? So now I'm strapped on cash. I don't have. I'm like, dang man, I can't. Now I got this breakdown. My cousin said, yo, my cousin he called me Breezy. He said, Breezy, here, I got a car for you. So what? He said, yo, listen, this car got like 10,000 on it. Take that and go do what you need to do. I'm straight. He had no car, no nothing. He just had these cars. He was building himself up.
Yeah.
So okay. So any breakdown I had, yo, take the car, go get it fixed, go get it back on the road. All right, cuz, thank you. And we did that for like 6 months, right? I maxed out his cards. I wasn't even paying. He would pay the minimum payments. All right, Breezy, here, take this card. I maxed that out. All right. Just get right. Because when I take off, God, trust me, I'm gonna pay you back. Don't even worry about that. Just get right. All right, take another card. So all right, and again, I didn't pay any of the minimum payments during this time. He was paying all of it while he was working 9 to 5 and had no car, Ubering to work. All right, putting whatever dreams he had, putting them on hold. to finance to help me get right. All right.
Right.
So, and I didn't know he was accumulating all this stuff during that time. But he's very, he's very quiet, and he's very humble, So that's what he did. So we did that for around 6-7 months, and now I'm still leased on to this company. That's pretty good. But while I'm leased on to them, I figure out how they're booking their loads, because each time I call into their dispatch, it sounds like I'm talking to somebody that don't live in America, but the company is based out of Ohio, so I'm talking, and all the dispatchers are all women. So this is different because the owner, they had like around 130 trucks in their fleet. So I said, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. So I found out the reason why these people don't sound like they're in America, because he runs his operation from what's the name of the country?
Ukraine.
Not Ukraine.
Caribbean country. What is it?
Philippines.
Okay.
Philippines. So, oh my God, I said, hold on. This was new to me. Because you see, we usually some of these companies, they charge you 30%, 25%, right? But you don't really know what that 30% entails. They tell you, oh, this is for the paperwork and all this stuff and all this stuff. I didn't really understand, but I had an insight to seeing what is the 30% I'm getting charged for. Because again, I get it. If I'm on authority, then I get 100%. But some lease on to you, you take 30%, and you give me, it's a 30-70 split, whatever. Fine. So I'm like, why do these people sound like they live they're in another country? Yeah, they were based out in the Philippines. So what he did was, which was genius of him, he went to the Philippines, trained a bunch of women on how to operate and how to manage his truck company remotely, trained them all up, and bought a big old like duplex and put them all in there. And he had like 130 trucks. So all they did all day was dispatch and book loads and handle all the back office stuff. And their time zone is different. So he had them. So anytime I had an issue with my trucks, whether it was 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., someone answered the phone.
Right.
Impeccable operation. I said, you know what? This is something I might use when I get my own authority. So, and again, as I'm leasing out to all these companies, I'm taking a little bit of each things that I like, that I want to put in my own when I get my own. So now I'm dealing with his dispatch all the time now. So now I've developed a good relationship with one of the females in there. Again, I love girls, so always had a way of talking,
charmer.
Yeah, talking to them,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So what she did was what she wasn't supposed to do. She gave me access to their dashboard, which she wasn't supposed to do. But she gave me. Hold on, his driver might be calling me. Keep calling me back. Who this? Oh, it was going on. All right. Give me one moment. Gotcha. Give me one moment.
How's the lights? With stuff going down. Still cool? I saw you moved it.
Hey, what's the last four of your card? Are you good to go? All right.
Yep. So that board.
All right. So she gave me access to their dashboard, and that's how they were all booking loads for all the trucks in the fleet. So I said, listen, let me cause now I started knowing how to book loads. I said, okay, let's do this. Let me book my loads, okay? And when I book my loads, they'll send you the rate confirmation and all that, and you just sign them.
Right.
She said, okay, and you just
Making her job easy.
exactly. She said, we just can't tell. We just don't let the boss know. I said, listen, I got you. Listen, no problem. She said, okay, fine. So now I'm booking my trucks through the dashboard, learn negotiating the race and all that stuff. So, oh man, this is dope. So now I have 2 trucks with them, right? And now I'm booking. I'm making money because now I'm like, oh my god! Now I'm booking loads for 2,000, 3,000, whatever, and my trucks are going all over the state. So I get a call from the owner one day. He said, Andrew, man, how you liking our company, man? Your numbers, your truck. I know your truck's making a lot of money. I said, yeah. He said, man, my dispatchers, hey, I talked to one, huh? So yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. He doesn't know I'm the one who's booking all these loads.
Right.
My truck making all this money. So like, yeah, man, just just want to make sure you still doing good. If you want to add more trucks, I say, yeah, well, I have another truck, but it's down right now, and and I can't, but I'm gonna add it on soon. He's okay, great. So yeah, man, but he said, man, these numbers is just. These are some serious numbers, man. Yeah. He said, yeah, man. He said, all right, cool. Well, nice talking to you. That's no problem. But the trucks were making some good money, right? So, but nevertheless, again, it's trucking, like too many breakdowns, and you don't have margin of error like that. You don't have cash flow, steady cash flow. It gets difficult.
Facts.
So, I'm getting advances and stuff from them, but I'm losing the money because when my settlement comes in, it gets gone, and nowhere going. But these maintenance, and I had newer model trucks.
Okay.
So I had these new trucks, so any little thing, and then I'm trying to go here to get my trucks fixed, and this person screwed me over, and my truck has to wait, and now I only have 1 truck running. So look, it was hard. It was really hard. It got to a point. I said, you know what? I said, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like I want to kill myself. That's it.
Wow.
I said, I can't do this anymore. And then I said, I will call my dad. I said, Dad, do you think I could just get like $500 from groceries? Like, no. Don't call my phone. Don't listen. You're being delusional. I got so depressed. I said, you know what? I'm gonna kill myself. That's it. That's what I told myself. I'm gonna kill myself. I went and got a gun. Went in and wrote up a whole letter. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. Crying the whole time while I did it. And I said to myself, Drew, you can't go through with this because you still got a driver that's out in Utah right now. At least wait for your driver to get back to Georgia, then do what you got to do. I said, okay, fine. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, you're right, Andrew. You know what? Let's wait before you off yourself. Get your driver home. I said, okay. That's what I'll do. That's how I rationalize it in my mind. I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I said, you know what? If by the time he gets back home, and I still feel the way I do, I'm going through with it. I said, Lord, if nothing changes during this time, it's game over. That's it. I can't keep bleeding my cousin. I don't own no trucks anymore. This rent coming up, I can't afford it. I can't afford any maintenance. The settlement, my drivers are making more than the truck. I have nowhere. It's over for me. So that was my plan. So then I lay down, and then I go on YouTube, and I come across a Truck in the Hustle interview. I said, damn. I'm watching an interview you did with Alex. I said, man, that's somebody who sounds like a similar story to me. Like, I'm not the only one. Okay. I said, well, that's cool. I went, followed up that interview, watched another interview you did. Okay. I said, you know what? I said, God, listen, what else do I said, yo, I'm bleeding my cousin. I don't own none of these trucks. My drivers, the ones who are still staying with me is because like they believe in me. Cause they could get better money somewhere else. Said, listen, man, I don't know. I said, God, I can't keep doing this. So I got my driver back. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna keep it going. My cousin, I got another card for you. I said, cuz, man, I'm putting you deep in this hole. I don't know how I'm gonna. He said, cuz, listen, this is for life. I got you. Whatever you need, mine is yours. Let's do it. I believe in you. All right, man. Fine. I went. It's okay. What am I gonna do? I said, well, I know what I gotta do to get my authority. I know how much money I need and where the money got to go, so I can get my own authority. I said, okay. Now, while I was booking loads through the dashboard, I was building up a customer base. And each broker I will work with, I will say to them, say, hey, listen, I've been doing these loads with you guys for a while now, and I want to get my own authority. Do you think you can give me work? They say, Andrew, we don't work with new authorities, but since you work so well with us, what we'll do is that we'll make a waiver for you so you can be set up with us. I said, okay, cool. I just kept doing that. I had a good rapport with enough brokers so that brokers who don't give a new carrier work, but they also don't make waivers for me because I showed that I'm reliable. In trucking, if you're reliable, that's a huge form of currency. So they said, listen, Andrew, all right, when you get your authority, we'll give you work. We'll get you set up with us. It's okay, cool. So I just kept booking with them, right? My cousin gave me his credit card. I said, cool. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my authority. I said, cool. Went, paid the money, got the authority. I said, well, what do I have to I need to study, I need to have my permit book. I didn't know how to do that. So I watched this guy on YouTube called David McGriff. Watch his YouTube on how to, on what you need to have in your permit book and things you need to apply for and all that. So that's what I did. So I went to apply for my authority and all that. And all those customers and brokers I built relationship with, I told them, hey, my authority is gonna go live on this day. When it goes live, are you gonna keep your word? Say, Andrew, yes, we will. I said, okay, cool. Carrier I was on and didn't know I was gonna be pulling out my trucks.
Right.
All right. So now what's this? So now I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna do it. I said, well, I gotta find a factoring company because now I need to find what company is gonna, because I learned all this. I learned all the back end stuff. Because the girl who I dealt with that relationship with, she literally showed me everything.
Right.
I said, okay. So I knew kind of everything I needed to do. Cool.
That was the initial one from your dad, or when you said
no,
or the Philippine?
The Philippine
okay,
girl.
got you.
I'm talking about that. She long gone.
Okay, got you. I was making sure.
Oh yeah, gone. So I said, okay, cool. So now, she says, so now I apply for my authority and all that, right? So now when it goes active, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Prior to going active, I forgot to say, I knew I didn't have money for a trailer. I said, hold on. I don't have a trailer. Right. So, because I said, yo, Drew, that's different. I can't be taking that trailer and using it under my own authority. And I'm not going to do that now. Yeah. Like, what am I going to do? But what happened was I developed a relationship with this broker who had dedicated power-only loads. Every 6 days a week, from Georgia to Charlotte, power only. And I was doing a lot of those loads while I was leased onto that carrier. So I said, you know what, it's gonna be my bread and butter. So I would do loads for 700 from Commerce, Georgia to Atlanta, Georgia, right? And I was allowed to keep the trailer up to 3 days for my own personal use. And they were able to handle 6 trucks a night. So but I didn't have that many trucks. I only had 2 running, right? So I said, okay. I forgot to say, during this whole time, one of the trucks I had, the engine blew up. The engine blew up in it.
One of the 2. Okay.
No. Yeah, one of the 4.
Okay, so the other 2, but you were only running the 2 though. You said, right?
I was only running 2. So one engine blew up in one, right? When engine blew up, it was gone. I said I can't get it fixed. I went the one I had sitting I couldn't fix. I went and found somebody to put some band-aids on it for me to get it running. So now it's down to 3 trucks.
Okay.
But one sitting and now I'm back to running 2.
Okay,
cool. So now I'm running 2 trucks. So now fast forward, the broker who's had these power only load, dedicated loads, and I can keep a trailer for 3 days. When I'm done delivering the load, I say, bet. So as soon as my 30 goes active, went active, all those brokers that gave me their word, my emails were flooded with carrier packets. I mean, I was making money out the gate. Out the gate, I was making money. I was making like $1,500 a day with 2 trucks because I was making $700 there and $900 back.
Right.
Back and forth. And it was doing same day. So I would deliver the same day to Charlotte on $180 on the miles. Deliver straight through, pick up somewhere nearby, shoot it right back to Georgia. So my truck will pick up at 6 a.m., deliver by 10 a.m., get unloaded, pick up at 11:30 a.m., small 20 mile deadhead, shoot right back to Georgia, deliver next day. So I'm making $1,500 a day per truck each day.
Right.
That was night and day for me. Night and day. Cause now I'm not waiting a week to get paid. I'm getting cashed out every day now. So I'm getting it. Now I'm getting it, right? 2 weeks into my third. Now I have insurance. I just paid the down payment for insurance, $4,000, because each truck was $2,000 a month, but you got to pay $2,000 up front. You got to pay 2 months up front per truck. I paid $4,000. So before I did my first load, I only had like $1,000 left to my name, but I had my cousin's credit cards to hold me down for any breakdowns. So I was set.
Right.
So now, but after 2-3 days, I was getting money, and my driver don't get paid till next week. So I was getting it now, or what I thought I was, you know,
right, for sure.
So now I'm going, in 2 weeks, and I get a phone call. Andrew, I said, what's up? What's going on? Andrew, the truck's on fire. I said, huh? So what you mean my truck's on? I said, what you mean the truck's on fire? I said, the truck's on fire. I said, what you mean truck's on fire? He said, I hit a guardrail and it's on fire. I said, oh my God. I said, oh Lord. Damn, what am I going to do now? Thank God, prior to that, I paid off one of the title loans. So I own back 1 truck, right?
Okay.
The truck that caught on.
So you've been consistently paying these loans still? You never stopped at the 150,
correct,
whatever?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. They eventually settled with me. So after that, truck caught on fire. So I got the check for the truck, $18,000. I said, okay, cool. I can just get another truck, right? So now I'm looking to see another truck I can buy. But then I get a letter in the mail from FMCSA. They say, no notice for cancellation. I said, what you mean? I just paid my insurance. I call into the insurer. I said, what's going on? Yeah, no, we're terminating your policy, because you had over $100,000 claim. I mean, we can't. You're more from your liability now,
right? Because
here it is. If insurance, let's say insurance charges you $2,000 $2,000 a month, right? In 12 months, that's $84,000. That means that they made $84,000 off you contingent. You haven't had any claims, right? Now, let's say you do have a claim within those 12 months for a trailer got messed up or whatever, and the broker made a claim against you, $10,000 claim or something, right?
Right.
So that means the insurance company made was 10 off of 84, 74,000 off of you. They still.
Hold on, you said 84. Hold on, you said if it's 2,000 a month.
I'm sorry. If it's 2,000 a month, let's say insurance is 2,000 a month. 12 months, 24,000.
24,000. Okay,
my bad.
I'm sitting doing the math. I'm like, I don't know if that equals 84.
Word, my bad.
I feel you.
I was thinking. 7 times 12 is 84, right?
7 times 12 is 84.
So I was thinking. So let's say 7,000 a month. But again,
24,000.
24,000.
All right, cool.
Back to 2.
Yep.
So let's say insurance is $24,000 a month, right? But you got a claim for like a trailer issue, whatever, and the claim come out to $4,000. Well, okay, they still made $16,000 off of you, okay? So they're still in profit. But if you have insurance for, let's say insurance is $4,000 a month, which mine was, and I had insurance for a month, which is $4,000, right? But the claim was it's like 120 grand. They are so in the negative.
Right, they underwater right now.
They way underwater, and not just that, and not like I have 6 trucks on the policy that they can make the 100 grand back in 6 months.
Right.
So they're like they cut me off right there and then, but they gave me like 15 days before my policy canceled. So during those 15 days, I had to find another insurance, and that was a whole hassle within itself. But nevertheless, I made it happen.
Who finally took you on? What insurance company?
It's called it was called AmGuard.
AmGuard. Okay.
Because my thing was, it's important to see. Here it is in trucking. Yes, you need to have $750,000 minimum liability, right? But now, if you have $750 grand liability, you can't work with the top-notch brokers because most of them require $1 million.
Right.
But having $1 million requires a higher premium. So I had to find an insurance company that also was a grade A, because now you can have $1 million policy, but you can have a grade C level insurance company. Broker's not going to work with you, so everything has to balance. So you can have $1 million liability, but you could be working with a mom and pop insurance company that these brokers aren't going to work with you.
Right.
Or you can have a grade A insurance company but have $750,000 liability and can't get the best lows.
Coverage, right.
So now you gotta find a grade A insurance company and also have at least $1 million liabilities, so it puts you in the best position to maximize your profit potential. So that's what I had to do. So I got a grade A insurance, put $1 million liability, found another policy, put another down payment. Luckily I had the money from the 18 grand, used some of the money to put towards my down payment to reinstate another policy. So when the other policy canceled, I was already in effect with another policy. So there was no lapse in my coverage. But now I'm down to 1 truck. So now I got to figure out, okay, I got 1 truck, 1 driver. I need to make some more money.
Right.
Cause now I don't have enough money left to buy another truck. So I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like now I'm surviving off of 1 truck, but I'm getting money every day from my factoring company. And to those who may not be aware, a factoring company is very important in trucking. And cash flow is important. You got to have cash on hand. You got to, because if you don't have cash on hand, you leave yourself no margin of error for breakdowns or just miscellaneous stuff. Okay. It's important to find a factoring company that has a long-standing history, okay, of being established. Another thing is important to find a good factoring company that don't cap you, because there's some factoring companies that will cap you per broker. They'll cap you at $10,000 per broker. They'll only factor up to $10,000 per broker until they receive payment from that broker, and then your credit line reestablished. So let's say you have a broker who has a $10,000 limit that your factoring company will factor, and you do 2-3 loads with them for $3,000 a pop.
Right,
That's $9,000. Now you got $1,000 left.
Yeah.
Until they pay down that invoice, but broker don't pay for 30 days.
Right.
So that's one thing I looked for in finding a factoring company that won't max me out, that won't cap me per broker. So I found a factoring company that had a long standing that's been established since 1995, and they don't cap me. They'll factor me up. As long as I book loads with brokers who are credible, have good payday history, I can run it up with them.
Right.
So that was very crucial. That's something, and that was something I looked into before I got started. Because some people just go to any and every factoring company, but it's very important to find out, because that factoring company, now you gave them power of attorney to collect all your receivables. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you want to transition to another factoring company, you can't transition until they collect all those receivables. So it's very important to find a factoring company that's trustworthy, because the minute you make another factoring company power of attorney over your receivables, all is going in the trucking sphere is going to be seen.
Yeah.
So if you try to
notice of assignment.
Correct. Yep. So if you try to go to another factoring company, they can see that you're already assigned to another one, and they'll verify if your receivables are at zero.
Right.
Before they factor you.
Right.
So it's very important to find a trustworthy factoring company. Also, another thing that's important is a non-recourse or recourse. I don't want to tell you. Sometimes I get it switched up. Non-recourse is they will. Man, I get it switched up all the time.
The non-recourse is they won't come after you if the broker doesn't pay.
Correct.
And the recourse is they will come after you.
They will come after you. Correct.
Right.
So but non-recourse charges you a higher.
Right.
Charge you a higher
upfront, because they're trying to cover the money that they're potentially. It's like an insurance policy.
Correct. And a recourse is where it's lower. It's lower, but you will you'll save money as opposed to non-recourse.
Right.
So what I did was I went with a recourse. I said, you know what, no problem, because now it's more so imperative for me to work with credible brokers.
Correct.
So no problem.
Correct. Because you're not going to have the problem of nobody not paying you, because you're working with good brokers.
Correct.
Right.
So that's what I did. So I found a good factoring company that's been established since 1995, and I've done a couple millions with them. Okay. And it's been good. But there's something I did learn the hard way. So, and I'm gonna address that, but I'm gonna explain to you the rest. So when I address that, it's gonna connect. Now, when I was I was in a situation where I have to figure out how I'm gonna get more money. Cause now I only have one truck running, and you know what I'm gonna do. I get a call from my mechanic. He said, "Hey Andrew," I said, "What's up?" He said, "Yo, these people want to lease on to you." I said, "Want to lease on to me? I mean, I don't really advertise that." He said, "Well, I told him that you're trustworthy, and you know, I've been doing work for you, and you know, you got something good going on." I said, "Okay, well, what's their number?" So they said, "Hey, we want to get into trucking and all this stuff." I said, "Okay, well, I can get you set up, and I can find you a driver and all that, but how much got to pay you?" $5,000. Okay, fine. And I was shocked, because up until then, I haven't even done a load for $5,000. So I'm like, "Yo, you want to pay me $5,000?
Right?
Just to get you on board and run under me? Okay, no problem."
So you just threw the number out there just to see what they would say, and they was like, "Cool."
Because, well, here was the number. The number was based on, because the insurance was like $2,000. Mm-hmm. That for me to get them on my policy, and then
right.
That was $2,000, and then the registration was like another $1,500, right? And then the ELD and all that stuff miscellaneous came out to like $4,700.
Gotcha.
So I just told them $5,000 to help me cover those costs.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really thinking of monetizing off of it.
Got you.
Because I didn't get into trucking to let people lease onto me.
Right.
So I didn't even know the number.
You didn't really even understand that concept.
Correct.
Really. Well, you understood it, but you never thought about it for yourself because you did it.
Correct.
You just never thought, you probably didn't think you were big enough to do it.
Correct.
Right.
I only got one truck. You know. So I told him $5,000 just to cover the expenses to get the truck onboarded, which was it was around $5,000. But a light bulb went off in me. I said, man, I just made $300. But I said, hold on. They were so eager to pay that $5,000, right? I said, okay, well, I guess I'll just do this. And, I said, but hold on, Drew. Chill. Relax. Think. Maybe this could be an avenue for you to, I said, well, okay, yeah. But I said, but listen, I want to make sure I do this the right way because I'm not about trying to just collect deposits and then tell people to figure it out because now you're running under my authority. So it's even more pressure on me to execute.
Right.
It's not like
more liability.
More liability.
Yeah.
And one thing with me, I face pressure. I'm not gonna shy away from it. So I said, okay, this is forcing me to stand on when I'm preaching. So I said, okay, no problem. The next person that was lease on to me, I'm gonna up the price. So that's what I did. So I got another call. So they were like, hey, can we lease on you? We heard, again, another word of mouth. I said, okay, $8,000. Okay, cool. I said, man, what is going on? How these people just so
eager to, yeah.
But I didn't realize how much stuff I really learned throughout my journey. I didn't realize it was helpful that I didn't have the money to really get started and do what I needed to do because not having money put me in a position to be
resourceful.
So, and also put me in a position to understand mechanical knowledge in terms of, for example, if an air dryer goes out on a truck, there's a way to bypass it so that you can get to a truck stop or get to your yard so that you don't got to get towed or get roadside and be stuck on the side of the road and get charged $2,000 for an air dryer. Because the part's $600, and then, well, depending on the truck, but friendly line around $600. Then the roadside gonna hit you for like another $1,000. Now you're at $1,600. Then they're gonna bill you per mile. They gotta go and get the part if you don't want to get it towed.
Right. But
if you have some type of experience like I have, you'll learn like, oh, just bypass it. The truck can make it back. Because sometimes these roadside people or techs, they'll assume you don't understand the mechanical knowledge and like, hey, your air dryer is broken and it's gonna cost this much to fix it. I remember one time this mechanic, he didn't know who he was talking to on the other line, and my truck was out of state, so I couldn't get it back. So he said, hey, your air dryer is fixed. I said, well, just bypass it. He said, oh, it can't be bypassed. I said, yes, it can. I said, I've seen that before. Take that line, disconnect that, hook it to that, and Oh, well, you might run risk. I'm aware of that. It's my truck. Do that. He did it. I paid him a little money. My truck made it back. But with just little instances like that I gained so much knowledge that I didn't realize that I can monetize off of, and also save people some money. So my thing was, when someone leased on to me, I wanted to make sure that they were making money, because I know how it feels to not make money and be a duck in waters. So I said, okay, no problem. I'm gonna get you a truck. I'm gonna dispatch it for you. All you need to do, just be on top of your breakdowns. Something happens, so on and so forth. So now another person leased on to me, pay me $8,000. So now, after getting it set up, I made a profit like $1,500. I said, okay, this is cool. But then I'm realizing, I'm doing a lot of work now. I'm doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? And now I'm making money, and now I'm making the consultation money, and also I'm making money because I'm charging them like 20%. All right. Per load. So now I'm making some money. So even though I'm running one truck, I'm being resourceful, because now I'm making money off the consultation upfront cost. I'm making money off the percent per load, and I'm doing all the dispatching.
Right.
So even though I'm running one truck, I was still getting money. Unless I thought it was. So now I'm doing that, and now people just, I'm getting calls. Can we lease on you, right? Because now people find out what I'm doing, and the people that find out what I'm doing now are like, people who are close to me, friends I went to middle school with, people that are people that are friends of the family.
So are they buying trucks to lease on to you, or do they already have trucks or a situation, or are they just getting into the business because you're into it?
Hey, Andrew, we know you have a trucking company. We want to get in the business.
They just want to jump in.
Show us what we need to do.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
I said, okay, well, this is the type of truck you need to get. Let me call around. Let me see who got it, and meet me, and make sure you have your money.
Right.
So each person that leased on to me, I would show them each truck to buy. I will go with them with my tech, inspect it, all of that.
Got you.
So now they will pay me. Now when they were paying me, I would bring my own tech. I will find you a truck, bring my own tech, bring my own diagnostic computer, diagnosis. See what's going on. If there's any pre-existing conditions, if there's something pre-existing, we can use it to negotiate the price. I would get the truck back to my yard. I would hire them a driver. I would hire drivers. I would use Indeed. That's how we get drivers. Indeed was very helpful.
Okay.
Indeed was extremely helpful. That's how we get drivers. Usually drivers have cousins or uncles or brothers who are driving. That's the other way I would get drivers. Hey, exactly, word of mouth.
Referrals.
So I would get them drivers. I would get them set up, and I would dispatch their truck. So I was doing a lot of work. And I still had my own truck I was dispatching, and my own driver I was paying.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do, right? But I realized, listen, this is not worth no $5,000 because now I'm up every night. Their drivers are calling me, not calling them. I'm doing everything. I said, man, I'm gonna start charging more money. So then some more people want to lease onto me. Then I started charging $50,000, $60,000, $40,000. People were paying that money. I said, man, I didn't know people really getting money like that. So during consultation, I made well over 100 grand within 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
I went from one truck in the fleet to like 10 trucks, fast, because word of mouth, and also people knew me. But these people knew me before trucking. It was most of them that knew me before trucking, so they knew I wasn't on trying to just rob you. I was legitimately, I was hustling and bustling.
You're giving them a business in a box, basically.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Again, you remember how I told you about when I had my sneaker business? I want to be concierge. I want to deliver your sneakers, make sure you it was intimate.
Right.
I applied the same type of way of thinking as a young man. I wanted to be intimate. Yo, this is what it is. I'm going to show you what it is. This is how much it costs. This is what you got to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Here's your driver. Here's what's going on, so you know what's going on. If you want to, hey, my phone is 24 hours. You never have an issue getting in contact with me. Intimate.
Right.
And that's what I did. And I made a lot of money, but I had a lot of restless nights. So now it got to a point where you keep calling people when the truck having issue here, having issue there. They're like, man, listen, this is I'm not trying to keep having and then fuel, that when you don't have any type of knowing of trucking, those type of costs will like catch you off guard.
Right.
Like, yeah, it might look cool to say, hey, I own this big equipment, but no, this big equipment come with some serious numbers.
Facts.
Keep it running. So then the people who were leased on to me, they were like, yo, because they already had other jobs, they were already established in other fields. It wasn't people.
This is a side hustle
correct,
for them.
Correct, except for one person. I'm gonna get to that one person that leased on to me. So the people that had leased on to me, they were like, listen, Drew, you've been good to us. I have nothing bad to say. This doesn't mix well with me because this is expensive. And then I can get you a driver, but I cannot control if that driver stays or leaves. All right?
Right.
If the driver wants to leave, insurance is still due. Like I told you earlier in the interview, when I would lose a driver and all those ongoing calls, and then by the time I showed me money, the profit was gone because the incurring costs that I accumulated with my truck sat. Fast forward. All right, yeah, your driver I get you a driver and he leaves, but your truck is on my insurance policy. It's got to be paid by any means necessary. It's got to be paid, because if you don't pay it, somebody got to pay it. Because if that insurance bill is not paid, you ain't got no company. Because guess what? When your insurance goes inactive in trucking, everyone's gonna know. All the brokers it becomes widespread. You can't book no loads. It's over with. Your DOT number is inactive,
right?
Because you haven't paid insurance. So now it's a big liability I'm taking. I'm letting these people lease on to me, putting all the trucks on the policy. They could be like, "Yo, Drew, I'm not paying it," and now I got a big bill that's got to be paid.
Yeah, for sure.
And if it's not paid, I'm out. So that's a big liability. So it was even more imperative that I do everything I can to make this work. Okay, it's not just a money grab, because if it was a money grab, I want to put myself in that position to
to take on all that responsibility.
Correct, and lose my company.
Yeah,
But nevertheless, the people, again, that's why I helped, because the people who leased on me were people who I knew. Except for like one or two, but the one or two were co-signed by somebody that I deemed their word official, and they paid their bills. So, but it got to a point where they said, "Listen, man, these drivers give me a headache. I can't keep." And I still got to pay insurance when the driver quits, and my truck's not making money because my deal was, I'll find you your first driver. I will not find you your second driver or your third or your fourth. You might have to go through that.
Right.
I can't do that. I'll find you your first one, but not your second one. And some people didn't have the persistence or just the drive, because they're already getting money somewhere else. Listen, Drew. Listen, man. How much you need for this truck, man? I said, all right. How much you'll pay me? I was like, right, here's what I pay you. All right, cool, take it. And that's how I started accumulating my trucks, like fast. So I was getting, the money I was getting with consultation, I was able to buy trucks. But I got an influx of trucks when people just start saying, "Drew, this is too much. I can't deal with these drivers. Drew, these drivers.
Right.
All right, cool.
Right.
One person stayed, and he went through the fire, and he was the most unlikeliest person to make it through, because I charged him a lot of money up front. I said, "Listen," because at that time, by the time he came on, I was already really getting it. You feel me? So I wasn't really trying to let anyone else lease on to me.
It didn't matter if you had him or not to you.
Correct.
So you just threw like, hey,
Correct.
60, 70. You try to basically scare him away.
Exactly, I did. I respectfully. And he was like, fine. I said, man, golly, man, please. Oh, all right, man. That's all right. But he was referred by another friend of mine. So I was like, all right, man, fine, I'm fine. Because I was already, because by that time I was already buying people out. Because I said, listen, I'm done letting people lease on to me. Because when you let people lease on to me, lease on to you, you have to understand, now the truck is on the road. Any violation that they get, that goes on your DOT number.
Right.
That goes on your MC number. And I was naive to that. So yeah, you're making money, but it's a lot of liability. It's a lot of liability. But back to the guy, he leased on to me, and the first 2 weeks after he paid me all that money just to start up, I got him a driver and all that, right? His engine blew up in his truck. He said, but you see, he bought these trucks. He bought his trucks before he met me. His engine blew up. Guess what? Insurance is still due. Oh, he was going through it. And his driver quit on him. And my rule is, I'll get you one driver, but I'm not getting you another one.
Right.
You don't have to. He stuck it through. And now he has around 5-6 trucks on the fleet.
Still with you.
Still with me.
Wow.
Everybody else I bought out accumulated their trucks. So right now we have around 18 trucks.
Okay.
3 need repaired. The other one needs repaired. That one needs to be repaired. But I mean, we've been going.
Yeah.
But so he leased on me, and then we've been going ever since. Now, I was not privy to how important it is to protecting that DOT number. When you let people lease on to you, again, you accumulate the violations that they get, right? So I bought all these people out, But now I dealt with a lot of headaches that was unbeknownst to me. Violations they accumulated I didn't know from their drivers.
Right.
You know, a situation where another thing, a factory company is very important. So a lot of people that lease on to me, I had a lady handling all the paperwork for me, right? And she was also helping me with dispatch, right? Guess who that lady was?
Was it the same lady from back in the day?
The lady in the Philippines.
Philippines?
She left, the COVID hit.
Okay.
The boss laid off all the women.
Oh, wow.
I get a call one day on WhatsApp. Andrew, you think,
What's
do you
that?
have a trucking company? I'm like, how's everything going? I said, I have a trucking company. She said, do you think you can, the owner laid us off, and me and my family were living in this some type of distressed area.
Yeah.
I said, okay. I said, well, funny you hear me. I do have a truck company right now, and we've been running. I said, I'll give you a job. So what I did was, I bought her an apartment. I bought her a laptop. I wired all the money, and I wired all the money she needed to the Philippines. I said, just send me everything so I could, I signed her lease for her apartment and all that. Got her a place and all that, and she started managing the company for me, dispatching those on operators and all that stuff. So it was a big help.
Right.
So that same lady it came all back
Came
around.
full circle. Crazy.
Correct.
Crazy.
So now these people, I done bought, most of their trucks, right? I bought them a lot except for the guy who's still with me, right? Now I have all these trucks, and I'm like, okay. Now, when you start to have a lot of trucks, you don't want to be dispatching all day. Like, you don't. And it got to a point where she was dispatching, but she wasn't keeping up with the paperwork, or she would submit wrong paperwork. And this was unbeknownst to me, because now I accumulated a warehouse during this time that I'm trying to build up. So I'm investing a lot of money to building up this warehouse, right? And now I have a warehouse, I have a yard at this point, I have a fleet of trucks. Now my warehouse bill, I'm paying $10,000 a month.
Right.
I'm paying $10,000 a month in my warehouse bill. My insurance is expensive, right? But things are paying for itself because my trucks are running. So I'm not focused on the paperwork, and she's handling all of that. And like I said, I was looking for a factoring company that didn't cap my brokers. It could be a blessing and a curse if you don't know what you're doing, or you don't have the right people in place handling certain departments. She said, Andrew, we got a problem. What you mean we got a problem? Oh, I think I made a mistake. That's what you mean, I made a mistake. Before she could get her words out, I get a call from my factoring company. Andrew, we might have to stop factoring you. I said, huh? Wait, whoa. What you mean? Mind you, I'm dumping a lot of money into my shop.
Right.
I got a shop I'm trying to build up. The shop has no bathrooms, no infrastructure. I'm trying to build it up. So I'm dumping a lot of money into it. So I'm not even splurging on stuff. Like I told you, in trading, I didn't realize I made $100,000 until after the fact. That when I went through my deposits, man, that's how much I accumulated. I didn't realize how much money I accumulated because I was so much in the motion and spending money here and going here, how much money I really accumulated in trucking. When I looked down, it was like over $3 million. I said, dang, how the heck what? I said, wow, thank you, Lord. But more money comes more problems. She said, Andrew, we got a problem. I said, what's going on? She said, before she could get her words out, the factoring company called me. I said, all right, what's going on? She said, Andrew, we're going to have to stop factoring. We might have to stop factoring you. I said, hold on, what you mean by that? Because now, at this point, my receivables were high. Our receivables like around like $500,000 at the time. And I had around, my receivables was like $500,000, but I had around $300,000 in receipts. So like I had another $200,000 in pending receipts that needed to be acquired, right? So she was like, this broker that you've been working with, the paperwork wasn't processed, and we're gonna have to charge back all this money. I said, okay, all right. Well, how much money are we talking about? We're talking about $80,000.
Oh wow.
I said, hold on. Ooh, that's a lot of money. And she was like, yeah, and we might have to stop factoring you. I said, hold on. Pause right there. Pause. That means, and this is why I want people to understand, if your factoring company tells you they might have to stop factoring you, right? Now, they need to collect that 80 grand, okay? I still had another $200,000 in pending receipts.
Yeah.
Right? I can't just up and go to another factoring company, cause this factoring company is attached to my receivables, right? This has to be paid.
Right.
But how can these be paid if I can't run? If you don't want to factor me no more.
Right.
It's a tough situation to be in. And again, I'm coughing up a lot of money. I'm spending around almost 50 grand a month on expenses. At least 50 grand a month on expenses. I'm like, shit, man. Like, oh Lord. What do I gotta do?
Right.
Cause now I'm back. Now I'm going back to that mentality. Okay. The situation with the lender about repaying my trust. Now I gotta go to court. Now I'm gonna have to be strategic in my thinking now, and find some type of loophole. I said, listen. She said, can you try to recover the paperwork? But all the people that leased out of me, those drivers don't quit on them.
Right. Paperwork gone.
They were gone. I couldn't go recover it. It was gone. I said, listen.
So what happened? Did they contact the woman who worked for you first? Because she was about to tell you, right?
Yes.
So somebody contacted her?
Yes.
Okay. And
yes.
before she could tell you, the factoring company
Correct.
told you. Okay.
Correct. I said, we got a problem.
Yeah.
I said, listen, here's what I can do. Because you still got to get your money. Me not running is still going to hurt you. Because guess what? You're a factoring company, right? But there's a bank
That's fact. It's attached to you.
That's attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
If that bank don't get their money, then it puts y'all in a situation. So what good is it that you not allow me to run?
Right.
I mean, like I told Lena, you're gonna get your money. I'll make sure you get your money, but be patient with me. I said, listen, I'll give you $4,000 a week. I'll pay you $4,000 a week, every single week until this bill is paid. When I said that to her, I didn't know how the heck I was gonna do it. I know how I was gonna do it, man. But I know I was gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna give you $4,000 a week. I said, I didn't even accumulate, do the number. I said, that's $16,000 a month. I got this warehouse that's $10,000 a month. I got this insurance I'm paying for. I got payroll. I got tax I gotta pay. Cause now, yeah, I have my own shop and and all this stuff, which is it's nice, but it's expensive.
Right.
Yeah, I don't gotta go to other shops and flatliners, but it's still expensive to keep this maintained. I know how I'm gonna do it, but I got it done. They got all their money back. And that was a blessing in disguise, because it showed them that, cause you have some companies. This is what they'll do. You have some truck companies, like I told you, when you off camera, yeah, I got trucks. You saw my paperwork. People say they got trucks, but they don't. The bank got trucks. Okay, you don't really got trucks. So, what people really do in that situation, when you tell them that they got a chargeback of 50, 60, 80 grand, this is what they do. They'll cancel the whole trucking company. No problem. And just get another MC number and start brand new. And leave that factory company, because once you start another MC number, that factory company can't come after you. You have a whole new MC number, whole new trucking name. You just leave them in the dust. And no, I'm not gonna do that. But that's what people in this game. It's a nasty. This game can be dirty game.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. That's what people do. And a lot of people say they're doing things in trucking that they're really not doing. And it's a nasty game. But I said, listen, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure y'all get paid, but you're gonna have to work with me. Because if you don't want to work with me, then I don't want to have to try to exercise other circumstances.
Right. right.
Just work.
Right. Don't force my hand.
Don't force my hand.
Yeah.
Just because this hand, a lot of people depend on this operation. This hand isn't just me. Like there's a higher power that puts his hand in a position to do what I need to do. So please don't force it. I don't want to do that because I know what people do. But if I got to feed these drivers got to eat, So like, what we got to do? So,
right.
But yeah, I told him, listen, $4,000 a week, and didn't know how I did it. So I was running the heck out of those trucks. I was running. While I was running these trucks, I developed a relationship with brokers, okay, with some more brokers that had dedicated accounts, all right? And these dedicated accounts were local. I said, okay, because I got to the point where I said, you know what? How can I have drivers make over-the-road money locally? How can I do that? Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I want to, if I could find something that the truck can make a certain amount a day, I'll be straight. And the trucks can be at the shop every day. The trucks can have routine maintenance, and because I like to see my trucks, I like to see them. Some people don't really care. I like to see my trucks because I know how much I know the pain that was put in to get them. All right, I know the avenues I had to go through to get them. So a lot of these people I bought out, I didn't have the money to buy them out. Some of them I do payment plans with them. There were some people where, they say, yo, Drew, listen, man, just you can have the truck, just give me like $5,000 and give me the rest when you get right. Again, relationships. Like I tell people, I didn't get everything started because I had money. I didn't get all these trucks that I had money. My word is my currency. So once I had these trucks and all that, a lot of the drivers, now remember, I was running a 2-truck operation for a long time, but I didn't run a 2-truck operation with the 2 same drivers.
Right.
A lot of drivers I couldn't keep
in and out, right.
in and out.
Around. Yep.
A lot of those drivers all came right back when they knew I had capacity for them. And now I can afford to keep them, and they haven't left. They've been here. So, but I said I don't want to figure out something so that these drivers can be home more. I'm tired of my truck going. I don't want my truck going state to state no more. I just don't want it no more. I want my trucks to be here. What I got to do? And I'm gonna tell you what the game changer was. Game changer was, I was making money, cool. But I said, I'm making money, but I'm tired, man. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm tired of dispatching these trucks. Because now, the Philippine lady, when that situation happened, she was gone. I'm sorry. I said, no, I can't, no. This is.
Yeah, that's too big of a mistake.
That's too big of a mistake.
Yeah.
Because when I was, being hands-on and everything, I wasn't having those type of mistakes.
Right. And what was it that she just didn't process the paperwork correctly? What was the exact
process or putting the wrong paperwork with the wrong rate cons. Okay.
So they're seeing and they're like, this don't make no sense, so we can't pay this.
The customer, yeah.
And then you can't go back and recover those because it's gone, the actual original documents.
Correct.
Okay.
And the factory company already done cashed me out the money.
Facts. It's already in your pocket.
It's already in my pocket. Yeah. It's spent. So now I'm like, okay. But after I get through that, I am trying to figure out a local, find out can I get my truck local.
Right.
But to pay that bill on top of still maintain everything. Again, I'm still building my shop.
Right.
I'm still building my shop. I'm still taking care of my mom. I have a household I got to hold down. I got also By that time, my cousin made all his money back on those credit cards. I forgot to say that.
He good.
My cousin got a check.
Was good. All right.
My cousin got a check.
Yeah.
You know, so you
with
know,
interest.
No, man. Yeah, so he got his money back. So now, you know, but now I'm back. You know, trying to, you know, pay all these bills and all this stuff, trying to maintain everything. So now I'm trying to find like a local operation now. So I found this broker that had a contract with this mega produce company.
Okay.
So I said, okay. And it was good money. It was great money. I said, man, I don't even need my own trailer. Okay, cool. And it was every single day, right? Every single day, 7 days a week.
Where'd you find them?
That board.
On the dashboard, okay.
Yep. So I was working with this broker running this account, right? And the customer was located in the same state I live in. So every now and then I will go to the customer because sometimes my trucks had an issue and I will go there and try to, you know, hurry up and get it fixed. Or sometimes they would take a man long to load my drivers. And I said, listen, I'm gonna find out who the warehouse manager is and talk to him in person. Listen, I know the broker might send other trucks, but listen, I need when it comes to my trucks, my drivers gotta go.
Right.
So I started developing relationships with people in the warehouse, right? And since I have so many trucks, because now this time I'm moving a lot of trucks. Now I have a lot more trucks. I can, you know, I'm doing 5, 7, 8 trucks a day with this customer and this broker. So now, the customer is starting to recognize who my drivers are. They say, okay. So now we're doing regular loads, and now my drivers are getting loaded and all that. So I get a call from the customer. I say, you should be calling the broker. You calling me for it? Like, hey Andrew, we wanna let's talk. I said, okay, all right. So they asked me to come in, and come to find out, my driver damaged one of their trailers. So they were like, you know, we need
backing up or something.
Yeah, we need to make a claim, and we know that you're the owner of these trucks, so we'd rather just call you instead of calling the broker, right? I said, okay, well, how much is it? 18 grand. I said, Jesus Lord, I don't feel like paying this money, like $18,000. I said, man. I said, all right, man. So the manager in the warehouse, he gave me his cell phone number, right? I said, okay. I said, listen, man. I want to continue, you know, doing loads with y'all, and but is there any way, I can work with you direct? I said, listen, I don't know about that, but you got to pay this 18 grand.
What do you do? Would he drop the trailer or something like that?
He no, I don't even know what happened.
That's a lot.
He went back.
Yeah.
When he went back, the whole front end of the trailer was like caved in.
Oh wow.
Like, did you hear anything? I'm like, no.
So he hit something. You said.
I don't know what.
Something crazy happened. Because that's like some structural damage. Like the whole trailer had to be totaled out because that's the whole trailer.
Something collided.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but that was a blessing in disguise, because I met the head manager and I got his cell phone number. For 8 months, every single month, I would send him a message. Hey, just letting you know, if you ever want to work with me direct, I can fulfill the demand. Hey, never text me back. I'm gonna shoot you the text messages also. Never text me back. So one day, out of nowhere, I get a missed call from the customer. I said, what are they calling me for? I get a voicemail from the manager. Say, hey, I've been seeing your text messages. Give me a call. I said, okay. He said, you wanna work with us? I said, yes. He said, these are the payment arrangements. This is how much we paid. We negotiated. After we made that deal, I went to the next level. It was game over. It was game over. And my drivers make over the road money locally. My thing was, I don't want no driver to have to tell their kids, I couldn't be there for you because I was on the road. I couldn't be there for you because I was running state to state. That was important to me. So yeah, I might take a pay cut. Yeah, I can make more going state to state, but me making more doesn't align with what I see from my vision.
Yeah,
I want my drivers being home. I want my drivers to raise their kids.
I like that. Did you structure the deal over a certain term period, like a year, 5 year? How does that work? Because how do you guarantee? Because if you're putting all your eggs in that basket, how do you guarantee that you'll have that customer to continue to run their freight?
It's lifetime. Contingent. My drivers do not have multiple incidents with their equipment.
Wow.
That's the deal.
Does anybody else have a lifetime contract with them?
I don't know.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of.
Wow, that's a blessing, man.
Yeah. So they were like, this is a lifetime contract. Contingent, your drivers do not damage any of our equipment.
Wow. Wow.
So my trucks run 7 days a week, 8 trucks a day, easily. Yeah.
So right now, you took no over the road anymore. Everything's local operation.
Everything's local.
Okay.
Everything's local.
Okay, got you. So it's reefer.
It's a mixture.
You're running reefer and dry.
Correct.
Okay, got you.
I don't own.
And you're pulling their trailers.
Correct.
So it's power only too.
Correct.
Man.
Correct. They changed the game for me.
Yeah.
Changed the game.
100%.
My drivers are home every day. The trucks make good money. I can pay my drivers well. The money my drivers make, they will have to drive state to state to make that.
Right. Right. Now that's dope, and that's great for retention. I'm sure you have no problem keeping drivers and recruiting, because if one leaves, I'm sure there's another one that's waiting.
Correct. But again, a lot of my guys were with me.
Right. And you said some came back.
All came back.
Right.
The majority of them
came back.
Some of them had other jobs, but the ones that's supposed to be are here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they really held me down.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
So yeah, it changed the game. But again, there was a lot of moving parts. That driver messed up that trailer. How did you not mess up that trailer? I would have.
You would never had that relationship.
Correct. I would have never gotten that phone number to find out the head honcho. And I didn't know he was the head honcho.
Right.
That happened in the factoring company. Me having that big old chargeback was a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it hurt my pocket, but the fact that I paid that, right, it made them even more like, okay, like this company is trustworthy. Right. So my limit.
Now they're going above and beyond for you.
Oh man. Because
they know you're going to make it happen regardless, either way. Yeah.
If we got $1 million.
So if you need another favor, they got you.
If we got $1 million chargeback, it's going to get paid.
Yeah.
It's going to get paid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's dope, man. So now to bring it kind of full circle, you said you operate about 18 trucks.
Correct.
All local, including the gentleman who's leased on to you. He's running local also with
Mixture. But his trucks never stay overnight.
Okay.
Rarely.
Okay.
If they stay overnight because the driver might be late or the delivery is a late appointment, but he only runs local or like Alabama and North Carolina. That's it.
And who dispatches him?
He does it.
Oh, he does it for himself, just under you. Okay, got you. You guys have any trailers, or you just pull?
We got because before the power only, I had to have.
You had purchased your own trailers, but now you don't even have to really use them like that.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
But hold on, let me see what this is calling me.
Yeah, do your thing.
But so yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an amazing story, man. So many ups and downs, and all this in the span of 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Started with one truck, now we run at 18.
Correct.
And we got a local operation.
Correct.
Paying the drivers as much as they can make over the road.
Correct. And we got titles.
Talk about that. We were talking earlier about the difference between the newer and the used trucks.
Correct.
Can you speak to that real quick, just so?
Correct. People have the perspective. Hey, only buy new model trucks. I get it. They look pretty, and and they are quote unquote more reliable. I get the perspective, but I don't subscribe to it. Because I have new model trucks and I have older model trucks. I focus on Freightliners. It's called a Freightliner. They're made to pull freight. I focus on Freightliner Columbias. Reason being is that they had the Detroit 60 series engines. Those engines do not break down. They stopped manufacturing those engines because they weren't breaking down enough. The dealership wasn't making enough money. So they transitioned from Freightliner from Detroit 60 series to DD15s. So you see a lot of Cascadias that have the DD15s, and the older model Columbias have Detroit 60 series, right? But now guess what? The Detroit 60 series, they don't have all those sensors and computers and all that. The newer model DD15s and all that, they have all those sensors and all that. One little sensor could throw for a whole truck. But the older model truck, guess what? It's engine, transmission, clutch, differential, go. These newer model trucks, computers, this electrical unit, any little thing can throw it off, and it's expensive.
Right.
Okay. And I have both, so I'm not speaking from one perspective. I'm not being biased. I'm speaking from the aspect of looking at both avenues, meaning that these 60 series, these are the most reliable engines, in my perspective. I'll explain. You see, what they tell you is, they say, listen, you could get a glider kit truck. It sounds cool, right? Because it's so reliable. You know what a glider kit is?
What is it?
All a glider kit is taking a newer model truck that has a nice new body and taking a 60 series engine and putting it in it. And they call it a glider kit. Okay? That's what it is.
Right.
And they sell them for a lot of money, $80,000, $100,000, because they know what is the real value in that truck is the engine, right? But there's an 03 Columbia with the same engine for $18,000, $20,000, right? But they'll take the engine out of that truck and put it inside of 2018 and call it a glider kit and charge you $100,000 for it because it's gonna be reliable. Yeah, because of that engine.
Right.
That DD15, listen. Make sure you got some good deep pockets on you, because you're gonna spend that money. Yeah, I have DD15s. I got an International, I got a Max Force in it. But I got a lot of Columbias. I got those newer model trucks when I didn't really know the game well. Okay? When I started learning the game, I started buying older model trucks. And primarily Freightliner Columbias that have 60 series engines. But there's different types of 60 series engines. You got 14 liters and you got 12.7s. 12.7s are better than 14 liters. Reason being is that when you need, because in the 12.7s, the 12.7s are old school. The 14 liter has the DPF system in it. Again, those older model trucks don't have that DPF system in it. Those 14 liters, some of them have that DPF system in it. So sometimes it's better to get a 60 series that's a 12.7 liter, not a 14 liter, because now the 12.7 is even cheaper. The parts are even more cheaper. The 14 liter parts are cheaper. Are expensive. Are more expensive than 12.7, but 12.7 is cheaper and it's easier to get injectors rebuilt and all that. You can't get, some places don't rebuild injectors on 14 liters, but they rebuild 12.7 injectors, which are which tend to go out after time. I got an 03 Columbia. I got 1.8 million miles on it, right? Only thing I replaced on that truck is the oil pump, other than PMs. I got a DD15. I just had to replace the CPC 2 weeks ago for like $2,000. Little computer. It's a little computer unit behind the dash that went out. And thank God the driver was on the yard when it happened. Because what happened is when you hit the gas, the truck got no power. It was a little box. That little box cost $2,000.
Right.
But luckily, the model for that truck, the CBC was in stock. I have a friend who has a newer model Cascadia than I do, who had the same issue. He's still waiting on the part for the last 5 months.
Got you.
He waited so long. He said, "I can't wait no more." He went and paid someone $5,000 for a little box. So I said to say, yeah, I I prefer older model trucks. Columbia's with a 60 series, that's a 12.7 liter. Those are money makers. Now, do I have the internationals? Yeah, I have one, but I got a deal on it though. I didn't buy it no, I got a deal on it, and it fits my purpose. I'm not buying that truck to go state to state.
Right.
I'm buying it for local. My Columbias I accumulated, those were for state to state.
Right.
That's, they're reliable. But now since I'm running a local operation, I'm getting so much life out of them. And again, they're reliable. Now, I have DD15s, and I have Cascades that got DD15s and all that. But I'm speaking from seeing both perspectives. Why tell somebody to go get a new model truck and they got to pay and they put $10,000 down? Yo, you could take that $10,000. Well, the market's high right now, but you could put but when the market wasn't so crazy, or relationships, you could take that $10,000, see what you could leverage, get another $8,000, $18,000, buy you an older model truck.
Right.
Find you a good mechanic that can that knows what he's doing. Well, it's hard to not know what you're doing with those older model trucks. To really and you can own the truck as opposed to putting a big down payment on the truck. And listen, that truck, no matter what, that note is due.
Right.
That note is due. Now in all these situations that I had to pay all this money and have all these bills and all that, and all the back pays and all that stuff, right? Paying my cousin and all that, right?
Yeah.
It would have been hell had I had a truck note.
Yeah.
It would have been hell.
That's a fact.
Luckily I didn't. Luckily I didn't. From 1950 to 2022, what has changed? The cattle that was being hauled in 1950 are the same cows and cattle being hauled now.
You're right.
The same paper rolls that was being hauled in 1950 are the same paper rolls that's being hauled now. The same chicken and rice that was being hauled in 1950 is the same chicken and rice that's being hauled now. The loads ain't changed, so why change the truck?
I dig it.
The same truck that was pulling that weight in 1950 it's the same truck that could still pull that weight in 2022. Why change the truck? No, what happened was you changed the truck because guess what? You gotta make more money. So you gotta make a truck more complicated. You gotta put more bullshit on it to make it more you gotta put it on it so you can monetize off of it. If it's not break it down enough.
Right.
The truck don't need all of that. That same truck in 1950 was pulling that same weight. What, so you gonna tell me a cow in 1950 ain't the same cow now?
Word, you're right.
It's the same.
You're right. Same cow. Do you have all sleepers?
Yes, all sleepers.
Okay. I assumed you did because you bought them off from the over-the-road operation. But now that you have a local operation, you could get day cabs essentially, right?
But I could, but I won't.
Okay.
Reason why I won't, because there's going to be moments where a driver might be waiting a while to get unloaded. Even though it's power only, so I have situations where a driver might be waiting 2-3 hours.
Gotcha.
I want him to go lay in that bed.
Right.
And now, a day cab will be cheaper for me, right? But it'd be more pain on his back for him to sit up the whole time to get unloaded. He can't lay down.
That's true.
So I'll spend the money to make sure that bed is in the back, that he can go hop back there and lay down, because a shipper might be backed up, or trucks might be, or the warehouse might be backed up, so he got to wait longer to get unloaded. Yeah. That's why I'll never buy a day cab.
Got you. Nah, I mean that definitely makes sense. But what about if like the company has like a volume spike or something like that? Do they ever like look for more capacity where you could even potentially like lease out some day cabs to help them out on a like short-term basis? Or does that not really happen?
That hasn't happened yet. Okay. But I put policies and procedures in place in the event there's a spike. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and see what I can leverage to get some trucks real quick.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, because with a situation like that, you never know when they might just have a spike and you want to grab some extra equipment. You can lease some day cabs.
Correct. And that's the thing. And then that's where my cousin comes into play, because again, my cousin, he's the credit guy. He's the one that went out and got the company business credit and all. He's the one who did all of that. Because the company had none of that. Right. He went out and got the company business credit, because he knows how to repair credit and all that stuff.
Got you.
And
credit guy.
But he learned by same way how I learned trucking through my own mistakes. He learned repairing credit and all that through his own journey, at his own expense.
Right.
So he has his own clientele that he manages and helps people and all that. But also at the same time, he's solely responsible for going out and getting credit for the company. So in the event I do need to lease day cab in a spike or something like that, he'll go out and take care of that.
Yeah.
Because
that's his thing.
That's his thing. That's it. Like, so when I say our finance department, that's him.
Got you.
That's him. So
okay.
So yeah. So in the event I need there's a spike, I need trucks.
Yeah.
Because I need like 5-6 trucks. All right, Drew.
Yeah.
Give me a week, I'll get it done.
No, I think I might just planted a seed right there. Just put something out there.
Oh,
I mean, that's how big boys operate. The mega carriers. I mean, they're always tapped into a Ryder or a Penske to where they could always, lease equipment if they need it, and then they turn it right back in.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Yeah, bro. This is a crazy roller coaster of a story, man.
Yeah.
So where, I mean, you guys have grown phenomenally and very fast over the last 3 years. I mean, how much bigger do you want to grow this company, and do you want to, because you kind of found a diamond in the rough in that situation with the produce, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you grow? Do you feel like you have to keep grow with what they have for you, or are you looking at other opportunities to continue to grow the business?
I'm looking at other opportunities to continue to grow the business, and also my goal is continue to grow my drivers, because I have a driver who used to drive for me. I forgot to include him. I have a driver who used to drive for me who has his own truck in the fleet now.
Okay.
His own truck in the fleet, and my goal is to drivers to be able to get their own trucks and go from company driver to fleet driver. I mean, go from company driver to an operator to fleet owner.
Gotcha.
And my drivers, and the thing that's different with me, I call myself a second chance company. All right, I'm minority owned. I'm 28, so a lot of my drivers are the same age as me, or some are younger than me, and I connect with my drivers in a non-traditional way. In terms of my drivers know me, they never have issue with getting in contact with me, and I make sure that the company is a home away from home. I could save a lot of money. I don't have to build bathrooms and showers and all this stuff. No, I could have just find a yard, rent it. I mean, I could have found a yard, pay the monthly bill to have my trucks there, and just do that.
Right.
I didn't do all of this to just to with no end goal, or without the bigger picture. No, I want it because I want when people come here or my drivers come here, they know it's a home away from home.
Right.
They know that you're not a truck number. Like I have a driver named Chris. His last I won't say his last name, but let's say his last name is Z. Okay. I said, Chris, this is why I tell a lot of drivers. I said, listen, you're not a truck number. There's a bunch of Frontliners, but there's only one Chris Z. So it's important that my drivers know, you do matter, okay? And that's what's important to me. Continue to grow my drivers, so that, because again, my drivers are home every day, and they do power only. So they know how important it is to maintain the account. Yeah. Because this is how
it's their livelihood as well. Correct. That's how everybody eats.
Correct.
And that's what it's about, man.
Correct.
You take care of your drivers, they're gonna take care of you.
Correct.
That's the bloodline of any trucking company.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's good that you understand that,
Correct.
especially at a young age. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And coming into your own as an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Man, this has been dope, man. We've talked about a lot.
Oh yeah. I didn't touch. I got a phone call.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Got a phone call from my father.
Okay.
Because he found out what I was doing.
Right. Yeah. So you're doing well now. So dad calls. So what happens?
He said, listen, man, I need a compensation check. I said, what? I said, yo, after 7 months you left.
Right.
I want to start a whole new company. The truck that you bought, they're gone.
Right.
Like, what you mean? Like, you were asking me for a compensation check when I was struggling. Like, oh, well, listen. So, how much can you give me? I said, yo, are you serious right now? Listen, I said, well, listen, you need to hear what you need to hear. Like you kind of hurt me. Okay, listen, okay, but I need a compensation check because he heard what I'm doing.
Right.
But he called me, but and cause we didn't speak for a while. We speak. I was really hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, you left me out to dry. But nevertheless, I'm glad it happened because I realized the reason why that happened because had my dad stayed the whole entire time, I would have given him all the glory. I would have attributed all the success to him. I would have been okay with being the second fiddle. You did it. Thank you. You believed in me. That's not what happened.
Right.
But that caused me to focus on my Lord because now he gets all the glory. And I told the Lord, I said, listen, I said, if you're able to make me get out of this, I promise every truck will represent your promise to me. And that's why each truck has that verse, James 1:12 on it. It says, God blesses those who persevere under testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. So I said, okay, as long as I persevere through this test, then I will receive the crown of life that you promised to me. So that means that when I make it through this test, every truck is going to represent your promise to me. So that's why each truck has that verse on it.
That's dope. That's dope.
So yeah.
That's dope. Man, the moral of the story is to hang in there, man.
Yeah.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
Listen, you watch the show, right? So you know it's we got to do our final thought, right? And that final thought is spiritual, entrepreneurial, whatever you want to kind of leave the audience with, and then just let people know where they can connect with you. Now, I know that you're not really the social media guy,
not really. Yeah.
So we just kind of got your social media started. So let them know where they can find you on social media. Now, I said, man, you got to have social media. They got to find you. So yeah, so start with the final thought and let everybody know where they can connect with you, man.
So for everyone to connect with me, Instagram is Alexen Trucking, ALEXEN Trucking. Straight like that. I have a TikTok. It's called Drew Trucks, DREW Trucks. Trucks is plural with 2 S's. So DREWTRUCKSS. And again, Instagram is Alexen Trucking, ELEXEN Trucking.
There we go. And the final thought.
The final thought. Believe in yourself. And I might come off kind of vulgar, but this is how I feel, and this is what I tell myself. I don't give a shit what no one says. I don't care what nobody says. I believe in myself. I'm gonna make it happen by any means necessary. I don't care what nobody says. When I was in school one time, I had a teacher named Miss Katrina. She used to praise this boy Sam who used to always read books. He used to be so mean to me. And I said, you know what? If I get a book, they'll be nice to me. So I went to the local library. I ran in the book. I made sure I ran in the thickest book, so it looked like he's official. He got the thick book. I got the book, and I took it to school with me. I made sure I opened it up, And I didn't open it up at the first page. I cut the book in half, open it up so it could look like I read like all those pages to where I got it open to. I said, yo, now she's going to be nice to me like she's with Sam, because she's always praising Sam about him reading books. So she saw me reading my book, or I wasn't reading it. I make it look I was reading it, make it look natural. And she walked to me and she said, "What's that? You gonna read that book?" Yeah, right. And at that moment, I said, I don't give a shit what nobody says to me. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. That was an instant where I realized I have to have isolated thinking. Because if I don't operate in isolated thinking, then I'm just gonna allow any and every influence to tell me what I am, and cause me to stray from what I know what I am, to make me blind to see what I can be and do what I'm destined to do. And that's why I carry that mentality. I don't care what nobody says. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I'm gonna make it happen by any means necessary. It's not just for me, because what I do and how I operate affects a lot of people. And that's how I operate. So that's my final thought.
No doubt. If you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Hustle fam, you know what we do around this time. You see we done broke day in here. It done went from day to night, if y'all didn't realize that. Man, this has been a dope one. My brother, I appreciate you for sharing your story, being so transparent and just bringing us into your world, man. Hustle fam, if you smell something burning, it's only your desire. Myself, Drew, Alexan Trucking, we out.
If you twisted, confused, or stuck about trucks, don't be dumb. This is the place to come. Truck and hustle. Let's go.